Are you looking for professional broadcasting on a budget? How about broadcast with colorful commentary, guest commentators, and after-race interviews? Do your league branding and social media graphics need a facelift? Custom results and series graphics looking like a fifth grader did them? Event organization taking up way too much of your time? Engage GTCtv and let us help you show the world your events.
Hello and welcome, race fans. Happy Sunday. We are tuned in to the Triple Stint Endurance Challenge hosted by GT Champions. We got 3 hours of Watkins Glen on the radar today. Like I said, round two, we're going to be looking at, again, 3 hours. I got picks with me. I'm Parquet. Y'all kick back, relax, and let's get ready. Picks, you ready for some racing today, my friend?
Ready and very excited.
Absolutely. Sounds good. Looks like we have a record lap time at Watkins Glen right now of 29.6 by Oliver Pla, the Frenchman in a Mazda. I don't know how close the racers are getting to that currently, but I guess we'll see here in a bit, getting some of the qualifying information available to us. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward. I saw in the Discord today we got a little bit of variable weather that may be upon us, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that's a DPI, and today we don't have any DPIs. We have the GTDs, so we're around the minute and 32 seconds, so not quite getting to Oliver Pla's record, but pretty close.
They flirted with it for sure. Sounds good. Taking a look at the calendar, like I said, we're currently in round two. We got 3 hours of Watkins Glen on the docket today. It looks like we'll have a week break before coming back on July 6th. You'll probably see Chris again. Maybe, we'll see. At Spa for round three. And then looks like we got an event in August, Indianapolis. September we'll be in Atlanta, Hot Atlanta as I like to call it, and then we'll be finishing up the series here in November at Suzuka. Definitely some really good racing in store. Again, everybody, y'all probably know by now Chris is on vacation, location remote right now. But I'm Parquet. I'll be providing play-by-play, adding as much color to this thing as I can. I got picks with me in the booth, keeping the trains moving on the ones and twos. Always big shout out to you, my friend. Thank you so much. Aton, John Cannon, the series promoter down there. Shout out to you as well, my friend. Thank you for, the invite and letting us chill with you. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what the racers got in store for us on track today. Taking a look at the current standings for the GTP, we got Lumen Motorsport with 61.5 points in P1 right now, followed by the namesake team, ENVY Simsports, with 52.5, Deepwater Racing in P3, followed by EDAM Balzac Racing. I like that name. 555 Timer Racing in P5, followed by Team DWR XM Coach Setups in P6, with GTU KR Racing rounding out the order for us.
Just make sure that everyone's under the same impression or on the same page rather.
Sounds like a plan. When P1 for the GT3s, and we got Vortex Racing with BFR, followed by HB Tonso Racing Group, Sierra Motorsports, Lumen Motorsport, Tech GT3, and Royalty Motorsports finishing out the top five. Looks like Royalty Motorsports Group A with 39.5 points there.
Leaders, make sure you know what the fuck you're doing, otherwise it's going to be a chaos.
Big thank you to Triple Stint, who is the series sponsor. Triple Stint is a veteran-owned company with one goal in mind: provide quality sim racing, quality gear to sim racers like you. Visit TripleStintRacing.com for more. Thanks. Shout out Triple Stint. Hopefully y'all out there somewhere. Oh, nice. They give away series prize. Okay, so it looks like we have a trophy here, a sprint
Yeah,
series trophy for the GT3s and the GTAMs.
this
Okay,
is the
nice. Those are
poster. Now, this is the poster for their last season. They haven't provided us
okay.
with a new poster, but that trophy is the one that everyone will get in their category. We also have LMP2s in this, but none of them qualified for points last round, so we didn't show them in the graphic board. We do have 3 LMP2s today, so they're already greeting.
Oh, sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. Appreciate you, my friend Pick. So, as y'all can see, we're on the grid, getting ready to roll. That nice LMP sitting right there. In terms of the positions, it looks like we have Lewis Rickard on pole position currently, followed by Saluji K, Alberto Alvarez, Andrew Voigt, Pedro da Silva, Magnus S, and in P7 we have Steven Norori. P8 we got Ricky Renner. P. We all good. We all good. We live and direct with it. Here we go. P9 we got Corey S, followed by Javi Sierra. Saw a lot of Javi yesterday over at the GT Champions GT3 Open. P11 we got Marion Suba, John Cannon, Chris Rise in P13, followed by Matthew Wilkinson, Greg Walker, and Eskil Fanes Malmo. Try my best with that, Eskil. Excuse me for any mispronunciations there. Cameron Fader in 17, followed by Pedro F, Gordon Howells in P19, Alex O'Donnell, and we're rounding out the order with Max Dezou from White Rose Racing. And there we go. Yep, the cars are looking gridded up. All the liveries looking nice and fast. The pace car gonna take us around this track, and we're going to get ready and comfortable for this 3 hours of Watkins Glen that's in front of us. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Pace car coming around turn 2. Looks like right now the LMPs are, the GTPs are, the GTPs and LMPs getting some space from the GT3s. I'm gonna have fun with that all day today. But we're getting the heat in the tires. Everybody's favorite part of the race, right? We haven't gone foot to the floor yet.
Yeah, and we'll surely have a lot of the drivers and friends and family watching the stream, so feel free to say hello in the chat, tell us who you're supporting or what team you're from, and so we can do the respective shoutouts. And thanks everyone for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe.
Share it with another friend too. Why don't you? It's a Sunday. Let's build the whole community out. Send the links out to your loved ones. Let me know in the chat who to be looking out for. Who's fast? Who's slow? Who knows where to go? I need all the info. Here we go. Looks like we got the LMPs now coming through the hairpin near the end of sector 2. all of this week's, or I guess this month's practice, this being a monthly event, all this month's practice coming to a head now. I'm sure hearts are beating. Hopefully minds are calm. And the only thing on people's mind right now is, how am I going to get through T1?
Yeah, everyone has to be patient. This is a long race, so you don't win a race in turn 1.
But you could definitely lose it.
Exactly.
I've lost a couple in T. Some others' fault, most my own, I have to say, though. But we got 3 hours here, so I'm sure all these folks know the stakes and what they're dealing with. The pace car is in. Here we go. We got the green, and we are green-lit for 3 hours at Watkins Glen, ladies and gentlemen. We have Lumen leading the pack right now. Oh, and Lumen continues straight and actually relinquishes the position to ENVY Simsports. So now we got a fight between ENVY and EDAM coming into the end of Sector 1 through the chicane, and let's see how this shakes out. Hope everything's okay with Lumen. It looks like there was a bit of a mechanical issue. I'm sure we'll get an update on that soon. But here we go. ENVY getting a pretty good gap through the chicane there. Nice little run, followed by EDAM Deepwater. Here we go with the GT3s kicking off. We have Royalty Motorsports leading the pack now, heading down into T1, and let's see how this goes. Ooh, real close between Royalty and Sierra there, and we have a bit of contact. Zenith is facing the wrong way. I'm sure we'll get a bit of update on that as well. Luckily, again, with this being 3 hours, these turn 1 incidences don't necessarily, you know, ruin your whole race, but and we actually have a little bit more contact. Things are really heating up here in lap 1. Team DWR being on the business end of that situation. Looking back at the GT3s here, 1 through 3 is still fighting it out. Everybody's still a little bit too close for, I'm sure, comfort. Oh, as the GTPs go a little wide there throughout the end of Sector 3 onto the back straight. Everybody is safe, though. ENVY Simsports was able to stick to the lead after all of the rustle and bustle of those first couple of rounds. And here we go. Oh, Team DWR is in the wall for the GT3s, and they are tumbling down the order. Currently sitting in P9. GT3, quick little update. We still have Royalty Motorsports in P1, followed by Sierra Motorsports and Zenith Racing coming, rounding out the podium for us. Lumen seems to be back up to speed. So they're rolling. That's always good to see. These GT3s here are really going to be nipping at each other, seems, all afternoon. This pack of 3 is still sticking as close to each other as they can manage. We got another Zenith Racing fellow sitting behind, but it looks like the P2 Zenith is looking for a move and is able to get it done into P2. Nice work, nice work. Wow, yeah, these first 2 laps right here already got me out of breath. I know it was an endurance race, but these guys are going for it. Every second counts for sure. Every second counts. Taking a look at the GTP, so everything's starting to spread out a bit for us. We got ENVY in P1, followed by EDAM about half a second behind. Deepwater, P3, Lumen, P4. Everything seems to be settling down a bit. Alberto is making that making this GTP look real good, look a lot better than I would be in that driver's seat for sure. Keeping it nice and steady. Looks like we're actually starting to catch up a bit to the back of the GT3s here. Great sportsmanship shown as always. With the yellow, I want to say that's a McLaren getting out the way for the faster folks. Faster cars, faster machines. Everything nice, clean, and tidy through the chicane there. A little bit of side-to-side action. This fight for P3 and the GT3s is still raging on. Nobody really wants to give up an inch. Everybody thinks they're faster than everybody, as they should. And there's only one way to really figure it out. You got to prove it, right? These positions are not to be given, they're to be taken, and people are taking as much as they can. Javi Sierra coming through turn one. Looks like he may be eyeing up a move into the chicane here. We'll see who gets the better run down the straight here. That's definitely interesting. Again, this being 3 hours. Do you go for the move? Javi seems to think the better of it this time. Gives a little bit of space and continues about his day. Anime addicts are definitely going to be closing the gap there, though, so we'll see how that continues to go.
I love that team name.
Yeah, there are some really cool team names out there. Definitely, you know, motorsports teams love having the mouthful of team names, but everybody was able to keep themselves under control a little bit today, yeah. So definitely appreciate it in the booth. Battle heating up here in for P3 and the GTPs. Deep waters, definitely feeling like he's in some deep water right now. Trying to keep Lumen off of him. ENVY kind of feeling the same, definitely feeling the pressure from EBR. As they continue their journey around this track in beautiful New York. Things seem to be calming down a little bit now, which is always a good sign. Looks like there's a pretty hot battle back there in P3 and P4 still going on. And Deepwater actually concedes the position. Checking in on Matthew Wilkinson here. Trying to hold off his teammate, it seems. So Luigi going a bit wide through turn one there. As they continue trying to chase down ENVY. Not too much of a loss, still about 5/10 the difference. I'm sure the only thing in his mind right now is just keep in the slipstream. You don't want to lose touch of the guy in front of you. Again, you got a lot of time, a lot of space, and a lot of opportunity to let your speed shine, but it's always definitely a bit harder when you don't have anybody in front of you punching a hole through the air. Closing up that gap really nicely coming into the back end of Sector 2 here. Seems like Salugi may have been able to find some speed. And we'll continue to see how he cracks on. HHP, that was an interesting start indeed. My heart's still beating out of my shirt. This onboard looks amazing. It really just shows you how technical these tracks and turns are, and how close these cars really are to each other. Imagine going this fast in traffic and bumper to bumper. Ooh! GTPs seem to be catching up to some more GT3s here. I'm sure everybody will be able to work through the field nice and calmly there. Good work, good work. Oh, almost a little bit of a miscommunication, but everybody was able to keep their lines. The chicane is always the real tricky one to get through, right? It's almost a game within a game, especially for the GTPs being in the faster machinery, when are finding that optimal place to overtake the rest of the field. Really part of the strategy. I'm sure they've taken that into account, but it's always good seeing it play out live because you never really know where people are going to be during race time. Checking back in with Javi here. He's still fighting for a podium behind the Zenith team. Oh, and look at all those cars. This is what it's all about. And the GT3 going a bit wide there. Ooh. There's not a lot of space on these tracks. And Alberto wasting no time getting a couple of those overtakes done on the back markers. Not back markers, but the other classes. And look at that. This is where you can really see the difference in the machines. That top speed of the GTPs is just...
Traffic really helping Alberto.
Oh yeah, he's able to use all this clean air and making a pretty healthy gap between him and Salute there. So I was just speaking about needing to try to stay close and stay in that slipstream, but having to fight through traffic will change all that for you really quickly. It looks like Andrew is still stuck behind a couple of the GT3s trying to pick his way through the field. Able to get this one done. LMP2, Pedro da Silva of Darkwing Racing, and having a 6-second gap right now on his co-competitors. He's looking real smooth. He's in a nice little pocket right now. Not too much drama in front of him. Nobody really breathing on his neck from behind him, so I'm sure he'll just be looking to put some consistent laps in. Hopping on board here with Corey Surtoff. He's actually the P3 Royalty Motorsport car trying to hold off Javi. Cholo Lechuga, shout out to you in the chat. Let's go Royalty from Cholo. Just cheering y'all on. Oh, it looks like Javi's eyeing up a move here going into T1. We're side to side. The spaces have ported. Lumen is getting drug into this. Now it's a three-way fight for P3. Corey getting a better exit down the back straight, but I'm sure P4 and 5 are going to be coming right back at him after the chicane is all done and dusted. And look at that. Gordon Hales of South Africa. Right behind Javi of Sierra Motorsports. I love this bumper view. It really shows the speed of the cars. And viewers, if you take a look at the map there in the top right, you can see that we are currently in the middle of a pretty feisty little pack here. Lots of overlap happening here. Gordon getting on the brakes nice and smooth, as I'm sure he tries to just stay within touch of Royalty and Sierra Motorsports. Doing a good job with that so far. And here we go, right back at it. Javi making himself known in the side mirrors. Still doing a nice little show of presence. But Corey is not rattled at all. He's foot to the floor in this Porsche here. And we'll see how he tries to make do through the chicane. Oh, looks like there was actually a move getting done. That's always good news for Corey. Gordon able to take over P4 This is where things are interesting again. We got Pedro in the LMP2s. Having a couple of GT3s, he's going to have to pick his way through. We'll see if he can do this nice and clean. The name of the game here is to minimize time loss. Looks like he's doing a pretty good job of that. Ooh, 3 wide. Coming into the hairpin. Everybody's going to be able to go home and kiss their families. But we do have an LMP going a bit wide. They're losing some valuable time. Mangus of BGR. Or BFR, excuse me. I think that says a G on the car. But he's in blue flag racing. He's definitely dealing with a little bit of blue flag racing right now. Trying to pick his way. And he is not trying to waste any time getting right up on the back of that GT3. Oh, Salugi is in the pits, and I'm not seeing a face on that car. I guess Salugi had a bit of a moment. Let's see what happened. Oh, the tire shaking and jiggling, yo. Let's see, coming through the hairpin here, getting a little bit unstable. Oh, yep, that chicane popped him up. And now he is in the wall. Oh, that's a big one. Sponsored by Soju. Oh, a double whacker. Hit the left wall, hit the white wall. And that is not going to be good for business. We'll see if the team back at the garage can put the pieces back together and yell just that weight transfer over the chicane. Just, he was a passenger at that point, popped him up. This is pretty violent. Ooh. Mere inches away. Look at that. Wow. Luckily that tire was able to stay connected, because that tire would have flew off and would have hit him, right? That just shows you, ladies and gentlemen, how quickly and cruel of a mistress this racing game is. 1 foot down the wrong way, and now you're facing the wrong way. Checking back in with the GT3s here. Pedro eyeing up a move. We got side-by-side racing. Everybody loves that. Coming through T1. And it looks like Pedro is actually not able to make the move stick. Ricky Renner will definitely be trying to fight this as long as he can. There's always 2 great races in every competition. There's the race to be first, which is really, fun and really exciting and interesting, and people are fighting hard for that. But the more entertaining one usually, which people sleep on, is the race to not be last. Because those guys back there are fighting as hard as they can. Nobody wants to be last. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And the fight for that is always very, very entertaining to me, at least. Oh, as we have somebody going off the track there a little bit on the GT3s. Looked like it was, who's behind John? Chris Raz, Mr. Stella Raz. He'll be falling into rankings after that one. But he still has touch with the pack, so not all is lost. Again, we got a nice 3 hours here, so this first 20 minutes is really just a lot of getting to know the fellow drivers on track. This is just round 2, so everybody's still getting to know each other, and how each other race. Tires could honestly still be getting warmed up. Cars still getting warmed up. Drivers still warming up. Everybody's just trying to continue to settle in. Greg Walker of Anime Addicts in a pretty tasty fight right now. But this looks like Ricky Renner. Ricky's actually going to pull side by side. And we'll see who breaks last coming into the chicane. And it's like Ricky is actually going to be the winner here for that engagement. Last on the brakes, able to make the move stick through the chicane. Oh, perfect. Suju's back on track. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. Suju will definitely have his work cut out for him. But I'm sure if anybody can do it, he can. Let's see what John Cannon's up to here. Oh. Oh. Just a passenger there. And that nice red and black driveway livery. At least he making it look good. Kept it out the wall, which is always key. Just a little bit of a misinput there. Let's check in what's happening with Steven here. From Nicaragua. Just a little, oh. Losing the back end there, a little bit of oversteering. Now he's 360, no scoping it. Again, able to keep it out the wall though, so that's always good. Just a bit of a moment there. We all have them. But he'll get back rolling. Marian Suba of Czechia. Hope I said that right. Czechia. Okay, cool. Nice. Everybody able to stay out of the way. That one could have been pretty worse because he was on the racing line. So kudos to everybody involved there. I'm sure, I don't know if they were ready for that reverse. Oh! What happened there? I was looking at the wrong screen, but let's see what's happening here. Pedro. Oh, no. Oh. It's always wild because your first instinct once you do that is to try to correct yourself, right? But sometimes it's better just to kind of stay where you are and let everybody hopefully drive around you. But it's a half-second decision. You never really know what's best. So, again, luckily no other cars. Ooh! Well, Steven almost caught him a face full of that, but cat-like reflexes of his said otherwise. A skill, what's going on with you? Another slidey. Slide left, slide right. Just like a Bad Boys movie trailer. Oh yeah. Keeping it out the wall. Nicely done, nicely done. Whip that thing around. And he's right back to it. Checking back in with Salugi here. He's about a minute 37 off of his class right now. And we'll be seeing how he gets on. This is really turned into a qualifying session for him. Alberto still in a very close battle with Lumen. 2/10 the difference between the two. And if things keep up like this, we'll be in for some real tasty racing for the race win in the GTP class. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how these two continue on. Doing some field fighting right now. This really seems where the race is going to be won or lost between them. Who can handle the traffic better? Because if we're just looking at raw pace, again, there are only 2/10 separated the two. So it's going to be real important that every overtake Alberto makes. Oh, and a little bit of contact there. Like I was saying, fighting through this field is going to be where the race is won and lost at. And it's moments like that just allows Alberto to get that 4 or 5 tenths that could, that's going to make all the difference as Alberto goes a bit wide there. Still able to keep it on the track, but it's the moments like those, ladies and gentlemen. Definitely will be watching out for those all afternoon. Gordon in the stain. Following the, looks like the Ferrari of Zenith Racing. Another close battle for the win here. Sounds like a plan. Just got to unmute a little bit and unmute the YouTube stream. I'm watching this chat, but hearing these engines, wow. It really brings everything alive. Let's see, so we still got Ricky. Honestly, this podium battle in the GT3s is gonna be raging on all day, barring any catastrophes. These guys are definitely pushing the limit as much as they can. Matthew Wilkinson in P1, followed by Ricky Renner, 2/10 behind. And Lumen rounding out the podium. The chicane seems to be really make or break. Ricky seems to have found a little bit of speed through there, getting a better run on this instance. But Matthew keeps the inside. Ooh. And McLaren getting as close as he can to the back of this Ferrari. Looks like the McLaren may have a better run coming into the hairpin there. Let's see if we can keep the minimum speed up through the outside. Couldn't quite make the move come together, but I'm sure that pressure is worth. Oh, Matthew getting a little bit shaky there. Maybe the pressure did get to him a little bit there. Yeah, big wiggle. Eyes in the wrong place, looking backwards instead of forwards to do that to you. And Ricky able to take control of the GT3 class. We got, it looks like, I think that's Blue Flag Racing picking their way to the field there. Oh, Ricky going a bit wide there through turn one, and we'll see how they get on. Envy and Lumen still going back and forth at each other. We'll go back on board with, with Matthew and Ricky. Yeah, there's good battles all over the place. I think I can get used to 3 hours of this. Hayes saying, come on, Zenith, come on. Y'all heard Hayes, y'all heard the man or woman. Come on, Zenith, let's do it. Hayes is watching. Alberto trying to be as calm, cool, and collected as possible. Find ourselves behind a little bit of traffic here. Just one car, so it'll be a quick little hop over. Boop. And they're right back racing. Still only 3/10 separating the two, so again, not much between them. It'll definitely be interesting to see how their strategies play throughout the afternoon. Picks, do you know if there is any pit stops required or any strategy? I did see on the website that all tires are available.
Well, they will simply not make it 3 hours on the same fuel and tires. So yeah, they're free to do whatever strategy they want.
Okay, so it's open.
Yeah, exactly. And since
Okay,
Sulji
cool,
already
okay.
pit, I'm sure they've got a different strategy now.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, for sure. We got Goosey Subi, BFR for the win. Come on, BFR. Goosey's watching. Blue Flag Racing. I forgot who's driving for BFR today. Second place. Yep, there we go. Magnus got Goosey Subi in the chat again. Cheering him on. Goosey, make sure you hit that like button as well. Let Magnus know you care.
Yeah, we do have the plugin that when someone hits the like button, they get like an extra boost in their car.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, click that like button and you'll see Magnus have a much better lap time.
Yeah, y'all come on. If y'all want y'all teams to win, hit that like button. They'll know. The cars will know. As Magnus able to get everything nice and clean. Past the GT3 there. Checking back in with Alberto. Current leader of the GTP class. Still looking like he has the consistency of the sun on his side. He's just clicking the laps together at this point. It's always good to see that. Pink Porsche cramping their style a little bit. They decide to make it work and dispatch them quickly. Always good to see that. Avi still lining up P3. Again, putting himself in those side mirrors, hoping to force a little bit of a mistake or a misinput, just something. With there only being a couple of 10 separating them, it doesn't take much. Zenith able to overcome the pressure though in that instance. Keeping it slow, smooth, and fast. That's the weird thing about driving the car. You got to do all three at the same time. How do you go slow and fast at the same time? Amazes me. These GT3s are really starting to bunch up. There's not really too much separating them, honestly. Even from first all the way back, so I see first through fourth, there's a little bit of a pack, and then 5 through 9, it looks like it. But honestly, one mistake by anybody, and anybody could jump up 4 or 5 positions. So, shout out to the GT3s. Cameron Fader and the pink Porsche having a bit of a moment. Let's check in and see what happened. Oh, I hope it's not the chicane that caught him again. Yep, it exactly is the chicane that caught him. He gets some airtime. Gnarly. Oh. Yeah, that bump through the chicane is, if you hit that thing wrong, you're a passenger. It's making a lot of passenger princesses today. Coming through that chicane. Cars are never at their best when the tires are on the ground. Here we go, Matthew Wilkinson. Currently 3rd place in the GT3. Zenith Racing. The Ferrari looks like he's currently P8 in the overall standings for the GT3s, coming out of round 1, so definitely And I was gonna say, yeah, he's definitely going to be looking for a good points finish to up in the standings. But go ahead, pick. Sorry. Gotcha. LMP2s are starting to pit now. There we go. Looks like we have oh yeah, both of them seem to be in the pits now. So. Perfect, let's do it. Coming up on the 35-minute point now, so I'm sure those GTPs are going to be looking for some TLC here in a bit. We'll see how much longer they can keep on going. Avi's still looking for this P3. Doing his customary show of force. Got to be real careful through the chicane. He's taken a lot of lives so far, but he's able to keep it all smooth. Oh wow! Let me do that now, actually. I need to save this SDK page. Let's see, let me favorite this. Ah, there we go. Huzzah. This is going to help a lot. Okay. Boom. Had to get the live timing going, ladies and gentlemen. Still getting my package perfected. And there we go. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I like. Now we can see it all. I'm not just using the feed. All right, here we go. So with that, I can give a little bit more color to this thing. So let's check in on the GT3s right now. We're on board with Matthew Wilkinson, currently P4. He is up 3 positions right now. It looks like he had to concede a spot to Hobby, who takes his P3 back. But they're going to keep on going back and forth, I'm sure, for the next 2.5. Oh no, I got the no from Pix. Salugi, no. Oh no. Folks, you may not know, but being on the GT Champions replay is usually never good news. And we see Salugi there again. Just looks like he's just having a loss of grip there. And the car just sailing off into the distance. He's been having a tough one today, so hopefully he's able to keep his head down and keep it rolling. I'm really cheering for him because I'm a big Soju fan myself. So I hope he's able to keep everything moving in the right direction. John Cannon, Mr. Cannon, ENVY Simsports himself. In a nice little fight right now behind Pedro Frazao. A lot of mix-ups and overtakes happening right now between classes here. We got Alberto and Lewis trying to make their way through the GT3s here. Alberto is actually having a bit of better time of it right now and able to get some clean air. So we'll see if Lewis is able to stick close. Looks like he is able to get all the overtakes done before T1. And Alberto is definitely feeling good right now. Currently up 2 positions. 6/10 gap from to behind, and actually, like, Andrew Voigt's having a bit of a issue. Hopefully he keeps on going. Oh, he's in the pits. Okay, is the pits the... Okay, is that when they're in the pits, is that when it's grayed out on the map? Gotcha, okay. Got it. So Andrew's currently in the pits then. He was able to go... ...24 laps for the GTP, so good to know. So let's wait at... Yep. So we'll see how the GT3s, who's gonna blink first there. But yeah, here we go. The GTPs again. Looks like they're behind Javi right now. I'm sure Javi will be moving out the way here soon and letting Andrew through. There it is. Oh wait, no. It looks like Alberto's diving into the pits himself. So Lewis is going to take the race lead here. We'll see what he can do with a little bit of clean air here.
Yeah, already different strategies.
Oh, yep. It's going to be interesting to see those converge as we continue to move through this race. Let's see here. Nobody else in the pits now, so that's looking good to go. Looks like the gap is currently at 19 seconds between Lewis and Alberto. It's only a 10th separating them in terms of raw pace. So we'll see the age-old question in racing. Should I do the undercut or overcut? Let's see, Alberto will be coming out of the pits about a minute down. A minute on the head from Lewis, so Lewis still having to pit. We'll see how long he takes in there and see where he ends up coming out. And here we go. Seems like that is Lewis himself coming into the pits, getting real close to that yellow line there. I'm not race control, so you know I just help call balls and strikes. But we'll see how he gets onto the pits here. Again, he had about a minute advantage on Alberto going in, so let's see how it's looking coming out on the other side as he finds his pit stall and that garage gets him ready to roll. But here we go, Alberto. Really going to be in a race to get around this track and get as much of a gap in front of him as possible.
But by the way, you can call him Albi. He's known here in ENVY as Albi.
Albi, okay, yeah. Albi. Excuse me, apologies, Albi.
No,
yeah.
apologies,
okay, his opposer.
no need to apologize, but just a little bit of info. He's known as Albi here at ENVY Simsports.
Got it. Perfect. Thank you, Pix, as always, keeping the ones and twos, keeping me in motion. Pix is the real star to show everybody. I just add the voice.
Those are the drivers. Here we go. Here comes Lewis.
Here we go. Let's see, how's he going to fare coming out. It's going to be real close. He's back up to top speed, and he's actually still still in the lead, but got this Porsche messing with him here a bit. Albi's right behind, only a 10th gap in. This is going to be tasty, ladies and gentlemen. This outlap is going to be everything. Lewis is going to be on a bit colder tire, so I'm sure Albi's going to be looking for, going too wide through the chicane there. And Albi felt, I have warmer tires. I'm a little bit more warmed up. Let's get this thing going. Let's get this thing done. It's definitely going to be a big moment in the race. Being able to keep the lead, keep that clean air, and being able to be the head of the centipede rather than the tail. The gap to Lewis is now about at 1.6 seconds. So again, ladies and gentlemen, you can just see the importance of being able to take control. He needed a really good outlap there. Having the warmer tires always helps. just like that, he's able to kind of take a stranglehold on this race here. Let's check in with the GT3s. Matthew Wilkinson, still currently sitting in P4. Not too much separating him and Javi Sierra, who's currently the third place podium sitter. Those who have been going back and forth all evening, and it's just getting started. I'm sure of it. Got Acura versus Ferrari. I don't get to see much of that in my day-to-day, so that's always cool. Not too much separating them here again. And they've actually gotten a nice little gap away from P5 Corey Sertoff, so that 3-horse race turned into a 2-horse race, but these are 2 fast horses, so let's even go there. Still don't think we've had a hit in GT3 yet. Coming up on 45 minutes in, so everybody still seems to be rolling pretty steady. Again, we'll be keeping an update on who blinks first there. A little bit of movement at the back. It looks like a skill actually is the first GT3 in the pits. The Ferrari. So we'll see how he gets on, see how long that pit stop is, and that'll be setting the marker for the rest of the field.
Well, yeah, Skill had a little bit of damage from a couple of offs, so maybe he decided to come in. But
that makes sense. Okay,
yeah.
I missed those. But here we go on board with Pedro of Dark Wing Racing. Currently putting in a pretty dominant showing, to be honest, in the LMP2s. He's currently up 40 seconds on Kyle O'Grady back there in P2. So the Portuguese man put it on. Oh yeah, that would be interesting. Let's show the difference in these cars. We have 47 flat right now, so let's see. Albie, this is your time. Yep, they're starting to follow in themselves. Javi and Matthew walking in hand. Ricky Renner still P1 with Gordon Hales P2. Gordon Hales, quick little fun fact, he's up 10 positions. So he's been making some shake today. Followed by Corey, Pedro in P4, who's up 7 positions. And Greg Walker currently in P5. Again, we just have a lot of pit action going on in the GT3, so we'll continue to see how they get on. I want to say that was Albie passing Pedro there, if I'm not mistaken. So we're looking at about 1:09 seconds, which that's not a lot of time when you're racing. So.
And now Albie has lapped every single car except for the GTPs.
Ah, there it is. Albie has made his way through the complete field. I want to see, is he the only GTP to have done so? Yep, okay, for now, yep, there it is. Looks like Tyrrell, the GT3s is coming out of the pits now, so that's always good news. Picks on the SDK, the red text. What is that? What does that usually mean? They're a lap ahead. Okay, got you. Red is ahead, blue's behind. White's right in the middle. Let me see, are there any close intervals right now? I think with this pit phase, everybody's spreading out a bit. So now we're seeing a lot of just strategy come into play. Pedro of the LMP2s are currently in. Let's see what happened with Pedro here. Getting real wide. Oh, the Lando Norris. Oh, I did not know that that's going to be a complete. Ooh, they're going to stay up overnight in the garage. Talking through that one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Pedro catching the business end of that. It looks like Luis, just thought there was maybe some room there on the left. Again, similar to Norris last week in Montreal. And yeah, Pedro goes selling to the right. And that incident has been noted, ladies and gentlemen. So we'll be checking the dashboards and checking race control to see if they give us any further updates there.
Yeah, well, most likely
Hopefully Pedro's able to
I think
post-race,
that would be
okay.
Post-race, but you're not supposed to move a car out of the way like that. So that's going to be interesting to see post-race.
Yeah, for sure. Ricky Renner, the GT3 leader, into the pits now. Driving right through John Cannon like he's not there. I don't think race control is going to note that one down, though. I think it's a code issue. But with that, Martin Suba currently about a minute down from Ricky, so we'll see if he can get around the track. We're currently on board with Gordon Hills here, the South African man, led in the blue and yellow car of who was blue and yellow? Deepwater Racing, I think it is. No, Blue Flag Racing, excuse me. Letting the Blue Flag Racing Kyle O'Grady through.
Yeah, they should switch drivers because they're already switching drivers. Some of the teams will keep the same drivers, some of the teams will switch drivers, but looks like Blue Flag Racing has switched drivers.
New pilot in the pit, Goosey. Oh yeah, this is GP 2025. I know it happened. Thing happened in 11. We're bringing it to Watkins Glen to New York. Ooh, the Porsche getting a bit of airtime through there. Here we go back with Javi and Matthew. They're fresh out the pits, right back at it. Still chasing each other down for 4th and 5th place this time. But they're still battling for it all. This helicopter view here really lets you see the difference in the lines that everybody's taking. It's always interesting. Oh, and that also shows you when somebody's facing into the wall, which looks like that orange. Look at that B. It looks like maybe Cody Williams. I mean, I'll say a name I don't know yet. There was an orange car in the wall, though. I'm sure we'll get an update soon. Oh, yep, it was a skill. Currently down 3 positions. Let's see what happened to a skill. Just get, ooh, a little bit of Tokyo Drift action coming out the hairpin, and luckily able to keep that out the wall. Those Ferrari repairs are real. I'll be able to make the move happen on Matthew here through T1, but let's see if we can make it stick. These two have been jumping back and forth with each other all afternoon. And I'm sure this is not going to be the final chapter in their story. As we see Cameron maybe having a bit of a moment there. Yeah, all good, all good. Here we go with Javi and Matthew through the chicane. They're able to play nice. Always good to see. Looks like all this fighting has really allowed Ricky to get a nice 12-second gap at the head of the GT3s. Absolutely. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. Javi able to find a little bit of speed here as he gets right up on the wall, but he's able to build a bit of a gap on Matthew there through that lap. So whatever happened in that pit stop, I think got Javi locked in. He was able to get an overtake done and then put about a second between him and Matthew, and they've been going back and forth at it all day. So we'll see. Javi definitely can't breathe easy here because Matthew is just within a shot, but he may have found something there as he takes control of that podium position. Just a quick little let's do it, Kyle O'Grady. Still in dominant fashion. Blue flag racing. He's causing a lot of he's having to fight through a lot of blue flag. It seems today he's not the reason for him. Cool, perfect. Again, Kyle O'Grady. 29 seconds the good on the LMP2s right now, leading the pack. He knows that he doesn't have any beef with whoever that was that just passed him right there, because they're not the same car. They're not in the same class. So again, he's just keeping it cool, calm, and collected. Current fastest lap is a 1:39.6. So he's moving. And it looks like we have a guest with us, ladies and gentlemen.
Well, hello there.
Hello, my friend. Is this the Cannon, John Cannon?
That's me.
The man. Thank you for taking the time to join us. How's everything going with you today?
Oh, not going too bad. We kind of screwed up the pit strategy just a little bit. Forgot to take tires, and then had to come back in to get tires.
That'll always make things a little bit tougher than they need to be, but I'm sure y'all are working through that just fine.
Yeah,
didn't look too bad on our end, so.
And on top of that, the lap one incident I had kind of screwed the pooch on that one, but oh well.
I actually want to talk me through a little bit of lap one, because that was a doozy we were watching. What was your perspective on everything?
So coming into turn one, I was clear of one of the Sierras. I don't remember which one it was. And then the guy that was, I don't remember who it was, the guy that was in P1, he broke just a hair earlier than I had anticipated. So I was trying to get on the brakes as quickly as possible. I ended up tagging him a little bit. Didn't cause any damage though, but then the car got unsettled and around I went. Thankfully, I didn't collect anyone else, and thankfully no one else ran into me. But once we got through that, I was like, you know what, we'll just push and see what we can make back up. And by the time we came back in the pit, we were what, P8 out of 10, I believe, or P7, something like that. So we're doing pretty good to get back up there.
Yeah, y'all definitely sticking in it. I think I don't know if it'll make you feel any better, but you were not the only one. I can just say that from the lap 1 and 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, coming around out of the boot and back onto the NASCAR circuit, there was a couple cars around there, and I was like, oh geez, I hope I don't get collected in one of them, because there was one that was rolling back into traffic, and I was like, oh god, I'm gonna end up going right into him. And now I had an LMP2 or I think it was or GTP, one of the two, coming back up on me, and I was like, this is gonna end badly. But thankfully he stopped, and I was able to get around him. And I don't think the LMP2 or GTP, whoever it was behind me, I think they made it around him too. It was good.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We're really thankful. I know you didn't put all this together for us, man. You're the reason that I'm up here in the booth commentating. All the racers are out there having fun on this beautiful Sunday. So I really just want to say thanks for the invite. I love the league and what y'all got set up over here. Pix, you got anything for the man?
No. Just John, do they have fast repair for this one?
Yeah, we do. There's at least 3 fast repairs, and just like every race except for the 4-hour race, the 4 hours of next week at Lost, there will be 4 fast repairs. But every 3-hour race, there's at least 3 fast repairs.
Got it. Perfect.
Nice. And John, who's your racing partner?
So I got Terrell Lance with me. He's another one of the admins here at ENVY Simsports, and I don't know, he's been doing pretty good. The car, before today, he was a lot slower than me, and I was thinking, oh god, we're gonna have a heck of a time getting around the track. But then I found a different setup, plugged in today, and right now he's doing 147, like high end. But I don't know, that because the track is hotter than the sun right now. So I think maybe if it cools off, we might be able to get back into the 46s and so on and so forth. But as far as I can tell, everyone else is running about similar same lap time. Maybe like a second here or there, but
yeah, no, this grid is pretty close from top to bottom. I'm seeing just a lot of high 46s, low 47s, a couple of 45s sprinkled in there, but no, yeah, there's not much separating the folks out there today for sure.
Yeah, well, that's because it's super hot on the track, and for whatever reason, even though the tire model is way better, they still just don't like the heat.
Got you. What all are you liking more about this new tire model?
So speaking of that, had the same incident happened on turn 1, those tires would have been destroyed the entire rest of the race, and I wouldn't have been able to really do anything with it. Now, thankfully, because of the new tire model and everything, I'm able to keep the car going as long as possible. I mean, the tires died off a little bit earlier than I had anticipated, but for the most part, they held on, and I was pretty consistent. Low 47, so either low 47 or mid 47 the entire stint.
Have you had to make any adjustments in terms of the driving? Have you had to be a little bit more patient through the corners, or have you been able to push a little bit more? How's you been feeling about the actual performance?
So the first lap or two, and obviously the outlap, you have to be a little bit more gentle with the tires. You can't just bang on straight out of the pit, not like you used to be able to. But now, once you're able to get a little bit of heat in the tires, especially with the super hot track, they come up to temp pretty quick. And then after, I would say, lap 2 right now, you can push pretty much as hard as you can all the way, I would say, till about with this stint, they died off about lap, I want to say like 20-ish or so, and that was, had I not screwed up turn 1 right out of the get-go, I probably would have been able to push them to like 20, 22, 23, just as hard as possible.
Gotcha,
But
nice.
I'm definitely digging the new tire model. I like it so much better. And the
Yeah,
the tires they don't seem like they fall off as quickly as they used to.
I've been getting nothing but positive feedback from everybody, from all the races I've been doing. So shout out iRacing definitely for this one.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, iRacing they are doing some amazing things, and it seems like every patch it just gets better and better.
That is awesome. Current weather check-in right now on the track. Looks like we got a track temperature of 122 degrees Fahrenheit. Picks, John, is that hot or cold?
That's like melting hot.
I'm surprised the tire's not sticking to the track.
Well, I think they probably are. That's why they're losing so much grip on them.
Oh, true. I was being a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Overselling, and I'm thinking the tires are literally going to stick them down, and the rest of the car go flying. It's just four tires sitting right there. Like somebody got punched out of their shoes.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I was thinking the exact same thing as soon as you start describing it. Anyway, are you going to be with us? Are you going to be with us next race? Because I really hope so. Because your broadcast so far has been amazing. What little bit I've seen of it so far.
Oh, I appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. I can be.
I hope.
Well,
I hope.
Yeah, if y'all have me, I'd love to.
I mean, if you can sit in the booth for 4 hours, I mean, at Spa, I mean, and on top of that, you got to talk with Chris and Pix, and maybe Fry might be back by then, hopefully.
That three caster team would be amazing. Chris, Noah, and Fry on the same broadcast would be really fun. So I hope we could have them all three for Spa.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, for sure. I'd love to. We could we going toe to toe with the Manning cast, right? Michael Jordan coming back in the booth this year. This is a legendary year to be in the booth.
Yeah, we tried to have Fry on round 1, but his new place just has a terrible connection, so he had to leave. But if he can fix that, I'm sure we can have all three guys here, because it's a long race, and it would help them all to have someone to talk to.
Ooh. Matthew and Pedro going at it here.
And Chris should be back from his vacation by then.
Hopefully. Was he out in the middle of the Atlantic again, or Pacific? I mean, watching whales again.
I think he's now in the middle of the USA. I think he had to travel to drive for 16 or 17 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, last time we checked in with him, he was in Idaho trying to pick some spuds out the ground.
Well, I mean, Idaho, if you're going to go there, that's the best place to get potatoes.
The land of the potato, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me and my wife, this is actually the trip we got engaged on. We visited Bear Lake, Utah. And it's right in between Idaho and I forgot what other states right there. I failed geography. But I got some of the best French fries of my life in Idaho.
Yeah, there you go.
Potato, salt, oil.
I mean,
Great
what
afternoon.
more can you ask for?
I'm not a greedy man, so not much at all. I was in Nirvana. Looks like Alberto has been able to put a 2.5 second gap on Lewis. So GTP1 seem to be settling in here. Alberto also currently fastest lap holder with a 34.7. pushing this thing around the track like he stole it, so that's always good to see.
Okay.
Got a little bit of action just happened there in the LMP2 land. Looks like Kyle Grady diving into the pits, so Pedro will be taking the LMP2 class lead there. In terms of the GT3s, we still got Ricky Renner sitting in P1, followed by Gordon Hales, Matthew Wilkinson, Pedro Frazao now in P4, and Javi down 2 positions now in P5. Hopefully everything's going good for Javi right now through there. I know he was in some pretty interesting fights earlier. Greg Walker, Marion Suba, Terrell Lance in P8, followed by Cody Williams, Jack Yates, Cameron Fader, Eskil Falnez Malmo, Alex O'Donnell, and rounding out the order, we have Max Dizou. Currently in the booth right now with the man himself, Mr. ENVY Simsports, John Cannon, the Cannon. And he's been chilling with us, man. I've been having a blast. Hopefully y'all out there having a blast on the stream. If you are, let us know. Throw something in the comment section to the side. Hit all the buttons. Share the link with a loved one. And we love you forever for it.
Well, at least until next race. Then you have to do it all again. then they'll definitely love you again.
You gotta. It's almost like the salesman thing, right? Oh yeah, we're gonna charge you the same fee forever. Mm-hmm. Until we introduce a new fee next year, then
yeah, then you gotta do it again.
Send them on up the value chain.
By the way, John, do you want to plug your sponsors?
Yeah, sure. If speaking of sponsors, you want to go ahead and get the best pair of racing gloves, hands down, go with Triple Sim Racing. They honestly, if I didn't, have the little mistake, I'm pretty sure I would probably go pretty close to P1 right now with the P1 gloves. They are absolutely amazing. If you want a pair of them, make sure you hit us up to get a pair of them. I know Michael, he's probably going to be doing a sale here pretty soon. So definitely get on him if you want to do that right now. Of course, thank you to Coach Dave Academy and the Coach Dave Delta program. With that, this is the setup that we're using right now, and it is by far the best setup I've used so far. And every setup that at least I use, and at least most of the teams we use, are all the Coach Dave setups, and so far they've been nothing but great for us. So head over to CoachDaveAcademy.com and you can get started on new setup there. And of course, I want to plug you guys because without you guys, we would be absolutely nothing. And broadcasting, because this broadcast is, I would say, by far, I'm being a little bit biased here just because I have to pay for you guys, but they are the best broadcast, at least that I've seen in a long time. And yeah, I don't know who else to plug. Of course, SimGrid, you'll find all of our events there. And yeah, but again, I would say if you're going to get a pair of gloves, go with Triple Stim. They're the best gloves I've ever had. They're really, really lightweight, and I don't know if this is true or not, but they for sure make you at least a 10th quicker.
Okay.
And I'm on the website right now looking at these P1 blackouts. I might have to snag me a pair myself.
Yeah, very
Not
happy
looking bad at
to
all.
have your league here with us, John. So very happy to see it grow, and like we've said before, I think you guys are doing a great job.
Yeah, for sure. I just wish there was a little bit more people today. I did notice that there were some people that were having issues trying to get in and stuff like that. I don't know if they're brand new to iRacing or just a team racing or whatever, but hopefully we get the kinks worked out so you can be there next race. Next race is 4 hours of spa, and just like, I don't know if you guys are aware of it, but just like every round so far that we've done, we've had numerous practice sessions that mimic the race conditions. Thankfully, it didn't rain at this one, which I was kind of disappointed that qualifying wasn't going to rain, because when I did the session for the first round, the qualifying, I think the chance of rain was only like 6 or 7%, and it was just an absolute flood. This one had 9 or 10%, and it was, just as clear as can be. But like I was saying, the every race, or like I said, every race we have has a practice session, and at least one team practice session, so you can at least make that get all the kinks worked out, especially having to do driver changes and stuff like that, because not everyone knows how to do driver changes, especially if you're coming from a different sim like LMU or ACC or I don't know what other
They don't have them in Gran Turismo either, I'm telling you.
Yeah, if you're coming from Gran Turismo and you've never done a driver change, absolutely, and you're joining one of our events, make sure you get into one of the practice sessions that has team practice, so that way you can practice the driver change and stuff like that. But yeah.
Awesome.
Looks like a little bit of update on the track here. Lewis has been able to make a little bit of time up to Albie here, being only a 10th down, and they're right back in a dogfight for P1 of the GTPs. Ooh, a little bit of commentator's curse there. I hope not. Lewis going a bit wide as soon as I give him, but he's been pretty strong-willed this whole race, so I don't think that's going to be shaking him up too much as he continues this fight.
I say don't curse Albie. He's the only one that's running the GTP that's technically has the ENVY Simsports logo or livery on it. So
okay,
don't curse him. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. However, I got to get back to Terrell. I'm sure he's getting pretty antsy with all the GTP traffic that's coming around us here pretty quick.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much, and good luck for the rest of the race.
Yep, thank you, guys.
Thank you, John. The man, the myth, the legend himself, ladies and gentlemen, John Cannon, the Cannon. Mr. ENVY Simsports Racing. Chris Roz giving us a bit of an update in the chat here. First ever DC. Internet.
No, really?
Barry let him down today.
Man.
Chris was definitely. As we got an off track here. But Chris, I'm pouring one out for you right now, my friend. Still, you will rise, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if you're aware, Noah, of how disconnect works. How disconnects work on iRacing. But for those watching the race that may not be aware, if you disconnect, you're not out of the race. The game tows you back into your pit box. So when the truck is carrying your car back and it arrives to your pit box, you can go back in the car. Either you or your teammate can go back in the car and continue running. So fortunately, that's not race over for Chris and his team. So they just need to wait until their car is towed back to their pit box.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, well, yeah. Well, Chris, still a chance there. Still, you may rise. That's perfect. I did not know that, Pix.
Yeah.
HHP.
Yeah, GT7, you're done. Sadly,
you're done. Yeah, I'm used to just closing the game, walking downstairs, and drinking some water.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, this
so
is the way how do you do a disconnect in iRacing.
Okay, nice. That was definitely good. I need to know. I don't need to note that down. I won't forget that. That's kind of, since it's so kind of awesome. So hopefully Chris is able to get everything in order there, his team. If there's another driver, could like the other driver hop in, or would it be against the rule?
Yeah, the other driver can hop in if,
Oh,
if for
okay,
example,
nice.
if Chris, if his electricity went out or just his computer doesn't turn back on or anything, the other driver can be the one to continue the race. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Albie and Lewis still going at it. Lewis having about a half a second gap currently. Ricky Renner, Mr. Consistency of the Sun, again, still in P1. Hasn't lost any positions, hasn't gained any positions. There's none in front of him to gain. Setting the pace for the GT3 field. He has currently a 22-second gap on the rest of the field. So he is really putting the pedal to the metal in New York on this fine Sunday. Looks like he has Terrell there as a back marker he'll be having to deal with and fight his way through. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, I'm sure John and Terrell won't want Ricky to lap them.
Absolutely not. They're not going to just give it up easy, or maybe they will. Being a back marker and all, but
Yeah.
I'm sure they were going to be going as fast as they could for as long as they could within the rules and the spirit of the game. So it's always good to see. But yeah, Ricky just really running away with things. Oh, let's see what happened here between our man Magnus and it looks like Javi here. Javi's able to stay out the way. Magnus bringing it all around the mountain and losing that back end there. And that's all she wrote. He's 90 degrees the wrong direction. Again, oh, I don't know. Was he able to keep it out of the wall or did he hit the wall there? Not sure. Doesn't like the damage is going to be too catastrophic though, so. At least it was a cheap mistake and not an expensive one. Andrew Vault, ooh. Inches away from the wall, and it looks like this mistake is going to be sending him into the pits. Maybe you got some things to rethink there. So we'll see how he gets on. Albie and Lewis still fighting it out. They're still entering the forest. We're an hour and 22 minutes in of this 3-hour story we're telling. At this point, everybody's used to everybody. And now we've officially gone racing, if you haven't seen it by now. We do have cars on the track confirmed. I'll be really playing with house money here, being up 2 positions. It looks like he's actually going to dive into the pits here. So we'll see what this gap is looking like on the other side. I'm assuming new tires, a little bit of gas in the tank, and he'll be ready to rock out. But I want to say that's pit stop number 2. So the second pit phase, I'm sure will have a lot of interesting strategy and storylines planned out for us. And I'll be kicking that off for us. Ooh. Was able to keep it out the wall. I saw a little bit of action going on there. I ain't seen an explosion, so that's always good. Greg Walker with the, looks like there's a GTP behind him. Oh, Greg Walker walking off the track. Actually did get into the wall there, but no major damage, it seems. He's currently still holding on to P6. Up 2 positions from the start, so that's always good. As Lewis, excuse me, enters the pits, it looks like Albie is just coming out of the pits there, so he'll be on a mad dash around, and I have a feeling we'll be having something similar as last time between those two. Is going to be a race to the chicane, and we'll see who can win the battle through there. Albie will be coming around with warmer tires, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. If he can work his way through this little bit of traffic here, we should be set up for some good racing on the back end of this lap. Pedro of Darkwing Racing coming on down the pit lane. We'll see how he gets on. Checking back in here with Lewis and Alberto. It looks like Lewis is still on his out lap here. Alberto's coming out the pits now. He is about 1:30 down, but that time is shrinking ever. Yeah, okay, I messed up my math there. I thought they were going to be a little bit closer coming out, but looks like Albie's 40 seconds. Maybe there's a difference in the pit time. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe Lewis didn't take as much fuel, no tires. Who knows? I'm sure we'll see as this race continues to unfold. But that's very, very interesting. So it looks like Lewis found himself some gold here, having a pretty commanding lead in P1. 38 seconds to the good, with Albie in P2, Andrew Voigt in P3, and who is this? Is this Salugi? Cutting down in that gap. He's 6 seconds down from P3 right now of Andrew, so he's been able to make some good time up.
Yeah, Sulji is getting really close to Andrew. Yeah.
Come on, Sulji. Come on, Soju. Let's do it. Okay, we took tires. That pit worker right there is really doing it all. On the left, going through the dark arc, so it looks like the hand movements is what's putting the car up and down. I think he's using mental telepathy to put gas in the car. A little bit back and forth there. There it is. Yeah, Albie had made his way through that little traffic there, and what did his pit stop look like? All right, here we go. We got tires, check. Not as much. Yeah, okay. Maybe Albie's planning to, oh, it looks like maybe that's just the tires. Yeah, it's probably just the tire and rubber getting thrown up. Maybe Albie's setting up a two-stopper? Sure. That's the only thing I can really think of for the discrepancy.
Maybe a 3.
Oh yeah, a 3-stopper, or
yeah,
stop less.
They should both they should all stop 4 times at least. So yeah,
Fourth,
we'll
okay,
see.
gotcha. I'm about to say I need to get my my race math up a little bit.
Yeah, no, it's always we can make some calculations, and the drivers will just throw everything out the window.
That's also true as well.
Maybe I don't know. Albi maybe will tell us in a little while, but maybe a penalty for Albi, some sort of got health in the pits. I don't know.
True, no, that's true as well. Yeah. Even the pit entry, right? Pit line could have did something crazy to somebody. We saw somebody flirting with it earlier. Here we go with Cody Williams on board. We're having a nice little fight heating up here between him and Terrell in the GT3 class for P8.
All right, I can take a guess on what happened to Albi.
Oh, what you thinking?
I think he had to go somewhere during his pit stop.
Ah, the
So,
real life factor came
yeah,
into play.
yeah,
Got
maybe,
him.
maybe. So because his pit
That would
stop
make
was
sense.
what, like 40 seconds longer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
about 40, 45 seconds.
So maybe a quick pit stop for him in real life.
The double pit stop.
Yeah.
The double stacker. Y'all didn't know you could double stack an iRacing.
I mean, but what are you gonna do? I don't see anyone here choosing to wear diapers, so you just gotta go. I love watching Javi Sierra race because he's always near someone. He's always having battles. He's always having fun. So
Yeah, he's quickly becoming one of my favorite drivers. This is, again, this second time we've seen him this week.
yeah,
Saying he's very exciting on the track. He does not see, he's never seen a move he don't like.
yeah.
Which always brings for fireworks on the track, and he's really fast as well. He's always seems like he's always fighting in this top 5 for sure. Earlier he was fighting for the podium, so definitely shout out to you, Javi. Sounds like a plan. So, race control, just let me know, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be taking a 5-minute break. So, we're going to leave you with the leader, current leader, Louis Ricard. Again, he's in the GTPs right now, 34-second lead. But we are going to go take a pit stop ourselves, and we will see y'all in about 5 minutes here. Keep going fast. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys, gals, and pals, we are back. One of the longest pit stops in racing. I know, but we got it done. Quick little update. Let's start with the GT3s. Ricky Renner currently in the pits, still holding a one lap lead to P2 right now, followed by Gordon Hales, Marion Suba in P3, Yao Costa in P4, followed by Cody Williams, Jose Sierra, Harrison Brown, Greg Walker, John the Cannon, Jack Yates in P10, Cameron Fader currently in the pits in P11, followed by Skill Faunez Malmo, Alex O'Donnell, and Max Dezou, rounding out the order for the GT3s. For the GTPs, we still got Louis Rickard in P1, followed by Albie Alvarez, Andrew Voigt, and looks like we have a driver change. Now we have Kimo McDaniel in P4 in the portion of the GTP class, so we will see how they continue to get on. And finally, in the LMP2 class, we have Pedro da Silva in P1, followed by Magnus Skorstad and Stephen Norori in P3 for that podium position. Currently watching Jose Sierra get at it. He's currently 3 positions down right now in P6, but definitely eyeing up a move here on Mr. Cody Williams of Royalty Motorsport. We are an hour and 45 minutes in, so we are now leaving the forest rather than entering it. Praise be. And we're on the way in Watkins Glen, going around and around and around the track. Currently 3/10 the difference between Cody and Jose. We'll continue to see how they get on as we check in with Kimo here. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. He's currently sitting pretty comfortable right now at the back of the GTP class. He is about 3 minutes and 25 seconds behind P3, so seems like there was probably some interesting developments in the pit window there. Jose coming right at Zhao. Whoa, Cody, excuse me. Coming out right at Cody. 2/10 to the less this time down the back straight. Let's see how this chicane plays out. And Pix, do you know, is there any relation between Jose and Javi? The possible
Yes,
brothers or cousins?
Yeah. Both brothers from the Sierra Motorsports team. Yep.
Nice. Okay. Didn't want to assume definitely, but looks like not much between the brothers, because we get into some interesting things as Cody, it seems, taking a bit of a spin. Looks like there was a bit of a moment between him and Jose there. I'm sure we'll get an update on that as we have Kimo making a move, moving through the grid there. Looks like he may be the benefactor of not having to do as much work getting by. And let's see what happened here between Cody and Jose here. Coming through the left-hander, and Cody's a bit loose coming out of there. Oh yeah, just a little bit of oversteer, lost the grip, and he's in passenger at this point. Got those back wheels spinning up to keep spinning, stay away from the wall, and able to get that done. But yeah, it just seems like a either a car issue or pilot error there. Only those on the team will know, but Jose, I'm sure he doesn't really care either way because he has a position. As we have, who is that going wide there with Albie being able to take Harrison Brown there. Okay, Harrison Brown getting a bit loose coming out of T1 there, so he went seeing the waving to the crowd. Albie's, this gap is still about 35 seconds strong. We'll see if he can continue to try to close that as we move through the race. Andrew Vaught of Deepwater Racing, currently the final podium sitter. He's about another 58 seconds behind Albie, so he'll keep rolling as he can. Find his way through the grid there. Kimo McDaniel, Kyle O'Grady. Yeah, no, we're just everybody just putting in their lap times at this point. It's almost the beauty of the endurance racing between the racers, at least, because you really just get to see who's faster without too much. I mean, this race there's been a lot of action and stuff, but with the time being the way it is, right, it doesn't have big of an effect as it would in a a quick little sprint race. So these longer endurance races usually do give you a pretty good representation of your pace and the work you put in throughout the week. Cool, sounds good. So while we get all of the wires put together, y'all are going to get a visual representation of the race. Right now we have Lewis Rickard again, P1 for the GTP class. 35 seconds to the rear is Albie Alvarez, followed by Andrew Voigt, Kimo McDaniel, who is currently 2 laps down, looking to change that before the end of the race. Going to the LMP2 class, we have Pedro da Silva in P1, followed by Kyle O'Grady and Stephen O'Rourke, who is looks like 48 laps to the bad side there in the LMP2 class. So we'll see how he continues to get on. Moving on to the GT3s, Ricky Renner still top of the class in P1, currently with the 1 minute 45.2, and that looks like it's actually the fastest of the GT3 class currently, followed by the big stepper man himself, Gordon Hales. The South African is currently up 10 positions in the grid. Following very closely, 9 seconds behind, we have Joel Costa, who's not far behind in terms of hops as well. Currently up 8 positions in the GT3 class. Followed by Jose Sierra, Cody Williams, Harrison Brown, Marion Suba currently in P7. P8, we have Greg Walker, followed by John Cannon, Jack Yates, Cameron Fader, Eskil, Alex, and Max, rounding out the field. Taking a look at the map in the top right here, now that we got the wires back together. Looks like we are having we might have a little bit of interesting developments here between the two classes, both of them going wide there. I'm having the weird suspicion that the track is, as John stated earlier, heating up a lot and being real rough on these tires. They seem to be a little bit more resilient with the update. They have to be fair there, of course, but seems like the racers are definitely starting to see how this track is evolving and trying their best to evolve with it. Here are Marion Suba coming through. Currently P7 of Sternberg Racing. Shout out to Sternberg. Shout out to all y'all watching. I see there's 16 in the stream now. We only have 8 likes though, so there's 8 of y'all out there that not hitting the buttons and not liking and commenting like we saying. So we'll get with y'all later on that. I'm telling y'all, hit those buttons. It makes who you're going for go faster. We have to plug in ready is there. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the noti bell, read the description. Keep us open if you go to another tab. Every little bit helps, I promise. Ricky Renner making the McLaren just look oh so smooth. He's really been metronomical with how he's been knocking out the laps today. He honestly not only in track position, but just in raw pace. He's about 8/10 faster than the next guy in the GT3 class, so he's really trying to put on as dominant performance as he can right now. He's able to let the LMPs and GTPs go, and he doesn't even see them. Again, we're currently on board with Ricky Renner of Next Gen Motorsports, P1 in the GT3 class, putting on a master class right now. Handling that chicane nice and smooth. And I'm gonna let you listen to a little bit of engine sounds here as he keeps on pushing this thing around the track. And that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a textbook masterclass. If you want to get faster at Watkins Glen, just play that last minute 45 back. Ricky, I have your back. Quick little update in the GT3 class. Corey Sertoff currently in the pits. We're currently looking at Harrison Brown, who's trying to make something happen between him and Marion Suba right now. Maybe got a bit greedy there. Went a bit wide. Lewis is able to make the pass pretty clean there. But that will not be good news for Harrison as he loses a lot of time to Marion there. He was really close within a couple of tenths there, and now that gap has raised up to about 3 seconds. So that's never good in this line of business, but I'm sure he'll be right back. Let's see how Lewis gets on. Able to use that top speed of this GTP. Push on by Marion there. And he's good to go. Still got a 34-second lead on ENVY Simsports, so they'll still be going. The Cannon moving through the field. They're currently still holding on to that P9. Even with a bit of a first lap incident, the race isn't completely kaput. They are currently down 4 positions, but as is racing. But he is able to get this moved on Corey Sertoff. And that'll be P8. And now it's time to look ahead and see if he can catch up to Anime Addicts. Greg Walker driving that one. Big stepper himself, Gordon hailing from South Africa.
And I see him at 0 off tracks after almost 2 hours. I see 0 off tracks for him in the timing.
0 off tracks in 2 hours. Wow. He has this track dialed in, ladies and gentlemen. Again, he's up 10 positions, so not only is he racing clean within the lines, he's racing clean, not trading any paint with anybody. His fastest lap is a 46 flat, so it's not even like I mean, he is second fastest behind Ricky, but still that is a testament to his consistency and hard work throughout the week. Let's check in here what's happening with Chemo. Oh, Oh, and Chemo gathers up the Porsche with him while he's on the way out. 360 no scope.
I want to see how did Pedro saw that.
Yeah, just go. It looked like the front right tire just exploded. Gathers up the Porsche with them. That whatever car that is ahead right there got a little bit lucky. Didn't get to anything hit him from the back rear end there. So that's a nice little way out. And here we go, Greg Walker finding himself in Harrison Brown's slipstream. And at least for me, I know whenever I start touching somebody's slipstream, I start getting greedy. I think if I could catch you, if I could catch your slipstream, I can catch you. We'll see if Greg is feeling the same. As that gap is continuing to dwindle. 3/10, 2/10 coming into the hairpin. This is where all the skill is under braking. Whoever gets a good run out of here, this LMP car really throwing a screw on the tuner there, and Greg actually going a bit wide, having to let him through. And now instead of looking ahead, he finds himself looking behind. John Cannon himself right there in his rear view. Oh, looking at the track wrong. That is Ricky Renner. Okay, so he's not under as much pressure as I thought he was. I was looking at the SDK and saw Greg. I was like, oh, but then yeah, the car did not line up with that. Ricky's just trying to stay out of all of this. He's like, no, this got nothing. Just leave me. So, yep, Greg is hawking down Harrison still. Okay, there we go. With the class leader, currently looks like we're eyeing up some 3 wide action here.
Yep.
Greg is going to try to fight this. Oh, no, he's not. He pulls out to the right, takes the inside line, tucks right back in. The smart thing to do. Veteran racer right there. But he doesn't lose too much speed to the chicane there to Ricky, and Ricky finds himself a lap ahead. And Harrison kind of falling into the background there. Again, it's always real tricky trying to figure out how to, work through the field, work through all the back markers while still trying to race, the people that are around you. It's a lot going through these racers' mind while they're in the car. So it's always great seeing all the different strategies and thought processes and the reactions play out. Beauty of the sport stuff right there. And a quick little clock check in. We are at 2 hours and 1 minute. So we're entering the sunset phase of this race, ladies and gentlemen. 1 more hour of action-packed racing here at Watkins Glen, New York. And let's see how this continues to play out. Oh, fashion show time. I love this. I feel like I'm at New York Fashion Week right now. Louis Ricard, I'm giving out ratings. I'm giving this one a 7 out of 10. I like it. I like the yellow. I like the black. The 55 of... This is a quote, ladies and gentlemen. Not Small Wiener Racing. That is their representation on this beautiful Sunday. And I'm liking it. 7 out of 10. Moving on to Albie, the all black. With the green, I kind of like it. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go 6.5 here. I'm gonna go 6.5. Nice, simple, clean. He making the all black look fast. Going on to Chemo McDaniel and the Soju rod. I have to give the Soju. I'm going 8.5 with the Soju livery. I love Soju, so that gives it an extra point. I like the blues. I like the whites. 7-Eleven is a what's the word I'm looking for? I love 7-Eleven. So I'm going 8.5 for the Soju. Pedro da Silva with the all white icy. I gotta give it a 3, Pedro. I'm sorry, man. You're going fast. Darkwing Racing. Shout out to y'all, but the all white a 3. If I can make it, I have to give it a 3. I can make the all white one. I think I could put the all white paint on. Blue Flag Racing's Kyle O'Grady. I like the blue and yellow here, and it's actually reminding me of a livery I actually made in Gran Turismo. So I'm going 10 here because great minds think alike. We're getting biased. Y'all getting biased right. I'm giving out red, what you call it, just because, like I said, the blue and yellow, I really like it. Andrew Vaught of Deepwater Racing again. The blue and yellow, I really like this one. I wish I low-key saved the 10, because this is also a 10 to me. I like the blue and yellow. I like the design. I like loud colors. I like stuff popping off the page and popping off the car. The little hood design is nice. Yeah, I'm going another 10 here. Getting to the GT3s now. The McLaren of Ricky Renner, Next Gen Motorsports. I'm going 7.5 here. I like the yellow. I like the orange and white with the black stripe. I like that a lot. I like how the paint contours the body. It looks real fast. Looks real racy. I'm going 7.5. Gordon Hales, the South African from looks like Lumen M-Tech GT3 team. Ooh, I like this one a lot. There's a lot going on. I'm going 8.5. I'm going 8.5 easy. Shout out to Coach Dave, Delta Academy sticker right there. I love the side design. Got to give a little bit of love for the American. I like this, 8.5.
I wonder if that decal there is the designer Chimera Creative. I'm gonna have to look them up because I need some liveries for my team. So I like this one.
Yeah, this one is nice. So yeah, that's the fact. Chimera Creative. You are very creative, my friend. Good job there. You got an 8.5 from Parquet. And Pix likes it a lot. Here we go, Joao Costa. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, this is a stock livery, so you're going to get a stock score, Joao. 3 out of 10.
Looks good still. Looks good.
Looks
but
good.
Yeah,
Looks
yeah,
good.
but
Looks
yeah, that's
fast.
the stock one. Yeah.
But it's stock right off the shelf. Fresh out the box. Jose Sierra. I love the light blue, red, and white. A little bit of background on me, ladies and gentlemen. I'm based out of Houston, Texas. Quick little other side note. Rockets just got Kevin Durant today, so I'm over the... But this blue, red, and white livery is holds a special place in Texans fans' hearts because it was the color of the team that was stolen from us, the Houston Oilers. Currently residing in Tennessee, but all of that tangent to say, I'm going 9 here because I love this colorway. I love it. Jose Sierra, shout out to y'all. Sierra Motorsports, great design. Loving it. We're going 9. I think 9.5, one of those. Y'all can play it back and let me know.
Yeah, I love when a team or a driver or a team's livery has their nation's color or their national, or there's something that represents their country or their state or something. I love that. So I agree with the 9 with for Sierra Motorsports.
Shout out Sierra Motorsports. Martin Suba looks like free agent right now from Cheshire.
It's a Star Racing team, so maybe they just didn't submit their name to the software.
Oh, okay.
But looks like a Star Racing team, and that's a big star right there in the door. So very original color. That's a green that you don't usually see, so that's interesting.
Absolutely. I was actually going to have to go and give this one a 9.5 because this green is really it's been popping off the screen to me all day. I didn't notice the Star Racing team. I need to train my eyes on these liveries a bit more. But yeah, this one's beautiful to me. I like the big star sitting on the side right there. It's on the hood as well. I like that logo. Yeah, this is a 9.5 for me.
Yeah, I hadn't seen the team name until we did this close-up. But yeah, we reminder to teams to input their team name in the software so that it because I see Stenberg Racing in the standings tower at 5th place, but he has Star Racing on his car. So let us know, Marian, what's the name of your team?
And I'll rate them 1 through 10. Anime Addicts own Greg Walker. He got the little. I see he got the anime livery little sticker going on. I have to give the anime livery a 6 myself. Now this is my own personal bias coming in, because in Gran Turismo, an anime livery is usually a scary sight in your rearview mirror. So I'm going 6 just because of my own baggage I'm bringing into the situation. But what you thinking, Pix? Love them.
It's a simple one. I like the anime liveries. Just the black hood and the black speed lines in the rear. But I give it an 8. Yeah.
Nice. Moving on here to Harrison Brown's Ferrari. I like these colors. I've seen these colors a lot. I think I'm gonna go 7 here. Only based on the fact that I've seen this silhouette a couple of times, but I do like the colors. I do like the kind of the racing line splitting of the hood and on the bottom is real nice, real clean. Yeah, I'm going 7.
Yeah, I agree.
Zenith
The silhouette is one of those that comes with the template that iRacing gives you. So yeah, they just change the colors, slap their team sticker. But what I like from this livery is that it's becoming known and regular in this in the ENVY series, because Chris Rice and all their team have been using it for a couple seasons now. So it's a regular livery that we've seen in this series. Simple one, but different. I like purple. I'm a fan of purple liveries.
Always love, and things are classic for a reason, right? Because they work so well. So I think this definitely falls under that classic umbrella. Loving it.
Now I don't know why John Cannon doesn't have his ENVY livery. Maybe he didn't load, because he always has his black ENVY livery with the green details. So I don't know what's going on here.
Okay. I was thinking he's giving me lumberjack vibe. I'm going to bring some more baggage into this situation, and Mr. Cannon being the leader here, I'm going to give this one a 10. Easy.
Yeah, this is stock livery as well. So I don't.
Okay, got you.
I think the game didn't load his livery.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I am a man of John, so it's a 10 in my heart, but I gotta give it a 3 if it's stock, man. I already set the rule. I don't make the rules. I make the rules and try to follow them,
Yeah.
Let's see what's Royalty Motorsports got for us. Corey Sertoff. I like the purple. I like the dots is giving me real Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. That's cell shading vibe. I like that a lot. I think I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna go 7.5 here. I really like how this purple popping off. I really like the design. Shout out Royalty Motorsports. I see the sticker right there. Shout out to y'all getting it right up on the wall there. So yeah, I'm going 7.5.
Agreed. I like it. It's original.
And here we go. Chris, still iRacing in P10 right now. This is the this is the livery I was talking about earlier. I've seen these colors. It's on the Porsche here, so it's a little bit different, but I honestly forgot what I gave it last time, but giving the same score here. I think it was a 7.75.
Yeah, 7.5 I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, please, y'all, don't take any of my ratings too seriously. This is just a disclaimer. Cameron Fader in the all pink, pretty in pink. I do love pink, and I do love the pink and green combination with the green accent, even though that's more probably a GT3 class thing than artistic design. But as much as I love this whole thing, I got to give it a 3 picks because, again, it's just a paint with a sticker. I respect it. I love it, but
yeah,
I got to give it a 3.
And if you're doing a pink Porsche, go with the pink livery, So if you're already in a pink Porsche, just add the pink livery. The
pink Porsche. Yeah. That probably would have got a point there, but Parquet is a tough grader, man. It's skill. And the Ferrara. It's orange and black. It's real simple. It seems like a real classic trim again. Didn't do too much here. I'm going to go 6.5 here. I think. Just because I do like I love Ferraris. I can't lie about that. The silhouette, the kind of racing stripes are nice. I like it all. 6.5 is what I'm feeling. 6.5 is what it shall be.
Yeah, and if your team is named Crazy Frog Racing, you gotta go with a livery, green livery with something that relates to a frog or something. Yeah, so yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just clocking that. Yeah, I do have to actually. That's a good point, Pix. I think I'm going to take 2 points away. I'm going 4.5 for brand design.
Yeah.
We need something green and froggy. Come on, Crazy Frog Racer.
You know what we have to do, Noah, and I hope this keeps making you come back with us for this series. We need to do a livery award at the end of the season. You and I.
Oh, we absolutely need to make that happen, because I would love nothing more than to get to sit in the booth with you, my friend.
Yeah.
And we can go through each. We could go through each middle. We'll sit here on the live stream and we'll go one by one.
Yeah, and I hope the guys
delivery award maker of the year at the end.
Yeah, I know a lot of the drivers watch the races, so if they saw this livery review part, I hope they up their game, and I hope they ask the league decals, because a lot of them are not using it in their cars, and know that we will be back to review your liveries next race and give a livery award at the end of the season.
Yes, the eye in the sky does not lie.
And if anyone needs livery help, hit me up on Discord. I can help you out with liveries. This is not enough.
Y'all heard the man. Pix better be getting some messages over these next couple of weeks here.
Yeah, I mean, some people find it hard to ask the league decal to their livery, so I can help them add it to their livery. If they already have their livery or something and they don't know how to add the league decals, I can do that for them. So hit me up.
Oh, nice. That'd be awesome. That is awesome. Oh, Corey going a bit wild there, picking up some grass, but he's able to keep it on the track. Harrison Brown coming on around the mountain as he comes. The Australian. Currently down 2 positions. Let's see, we got anything? We got anything? Yeah, nothing else too spicy happening out on the track right now. So everybody is putting their qualifying times down. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see. I think I see a little bit of that ENVY Simsports livery you were talking about, pics and his flash card there. Okay, yeah, that makes no. I was like, even I would expect of all people the Canon to have delivery on. It's his show. Oh, I just missed this from HHP saying that the issue that green frog livery could have been a tree frog with the little yellow things. Chemo, what's going on, Chemo? Oh, sliding right off that non-grippy line on the outside of the track. It seems like it's been taking people all day. We've seen a lot of that same kind of action. Somebody going just a bit too wide, picking up those marbles and it escorting them in a straight line in a right-handed turn. Kyle O'Grady currently in the pits right now, so Pedro is going to be trying to up the gap. It's currently sitting at 1:30 right now, so he has a little bit of time to continue to play with. This is a water check for all of you watching right now who's been tuned in with us to this point. I'm sure you need to hydrate a little bit. Take a sip of water if you got it next to you or your juice of choice. Actually, don't drink any juice. Agua, my friends, agua. Pedro, I'm sure, is not too heartbroken over my livery rating for him because he is pushing this white LMP around the track like he needed every ounce of weight off of him. Lightest car on the track. Hey, we're getting it done right now. Currently a lap behind. Oh, as he goes a bit wide there. Still not too big of a deal though. He's still got a lap on Magnus there in P2, so he won't be too stressed about it. So he continues his race, his evening. And here we go. No surprises here from the GT3 class. Ricky Renner still top of the class. Got about a 40-second gap on P2 right now, and he is making this McLaren sing in New York on this fine evening of Next Gen Motorsports, of course. Let's see, how many laps has Ricky done? Well, Ricky has done 78 laps so far. Okay, nice to know. He's still rolling. Not too much action in front of him. Not too much action behind him. This is a nice, smooth Sunday afternoon stroll in the park. The skill bringing up the rear here. Letting through the yellow and blue. I want to say those are is that a GTP, right? Picks. I'm still getting those two down. Yep, letting the yellow. Is that Andrew? Okay, letting Andrew through. Yep, deep water. Letting Andrew through there. Andrew is currently P3 in the GTP class. He's about a minute behind Albie right now, so he'll continue trying to put some qualifying laps in, seeing how quick he can get this thing going around. Magnus of Blue Flag Racing, the Norwegian, is currently P2 in the LMP2 class. I love that blue and yellow. It's really nice as he's throwing that around the track. Currently a lap down on Pedro da Silva in P1, but his fastest lap is currently a 39.6, so he's locked and loaded, ready to roll. As Gordon Hill's... Ah, that makes sense. I can see Joel, because he actually has that purple and black. Yep. Okay, sounds like a plan. When we get on the other side of this, we'll see if Joao is able to hop Gordon Hales, who is currently P2 in the GT3 class. He's in the pits right now, so this will be interesting to see how the difference in these two strategies play out, and he actually is able to take control, Joao that is, of P2 in the GT3 class, with Gordon dropping down to P4 at this point. Back up in P3, as it looks like, who is that? Joao Dobbs in the pits. Okay, yep, there we go. So
There it is.
oh, it is. Oh, whoa, I might have to revisit. This one is John came with the part. Yeah, actually, no, I don't, because John. Oh no, but I redacted it to a 3. I am redacting the redaction and putting this thing back at a 10. I like this. The pop of color.
Yeah, that's
Of the white and black and green. Oh yeah. All the different types of colors playing real nice with each other. I see some orange, some blue, some red, some brown. The paint splash. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. I like it.
This one is nice. Yeah, this is a party. Got the triple stint SimSports challenge. Tag in the windshield. Again, y'all go to triple stint if you need some racing gloves. I'm looking at the P1 blackouts right now. Triple Stint is a veteran-owned company, and they have one goal in mind, and that's to provide quality gear to sim racers like yourself. If you're watching this stream, you either know a sim racer or you're one yourself. Visit Triple Stint Racing.com. Get you some gear from them. They're gonna hook you up nice. Tell them Parquet and the boys over at GT Championship. And thank y'all again for being the league sponsor. Keeping the lights on for us. We appreciate y'all. P1. Albie's really making a dent in that 30-second gap from earlier. Is currently 26 seconds behind Lewis and P1 there. So he's still staying in it. You never know what could happen, and foot down again, and everything could be changed for the better or worse, depending on your situation. But Alberto's making the best he can with what he got. He's still ultimately up a position overall in P2, so I'm sure you're not too sad about it. Marian Suba here. And P6 of Corey Sertoff. About 7 seconds behind him in P7. Cameron Fader, Pretty in Pink, followed by Skill Falnez Malmo. Ooh. Now that was a fast angle right there. And Joao's in the pits. I don't know if he is Still in the pits, or is this was that the same pit from earlier? Or did he pit again? He pit again. Okay. We'll see how Joao gets on. Alberto still just trying to keep it cool. Alberto actually has the fastest lap in the race with a 34.7 right now, so I'm sure he's definitely telling himself if he didn't have to double stack the box in that pit stop earlier, he'd probably be fighting for a race win right now. Of course, it's still not out of the question as we close in on about 30 minutes left in the event this evening. He'll be trying to make the most of this time he has left afforded to him. See if he can either hold on to P2 or even get into P1. We've seen crazier. Looks like we actually have Albie with us.
Hello.
In the booth. Albie, my friend, how you doing?
Yeah, pretty good. How about
Pretty-
how's the racing?
I like pretty good. Yeah, whatever.
Pretty good. Just P2 in the GTP class. You know, nothing. Just some slot. You know, some smooth. How's everything going for you on track right now? How you feeling with the current race?
I mean, right now I'm feeling good. It's just a shame I got the penalty in the pits.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, we were wondering if it was either a penalty or a personal pit stop.
Well, I took the penalty. I had the penalty, so I took the personal pit stop as well.
I got it.
The 2-for-1 special.
Yeah.
That's a real true sim
I
racer.
mean, it worked out. I probably would have had to take the personal penalty anyway. So.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
a bit of a shame. Like looking at the times, we're pretty close together. So.
Yeah, I was just
What
telling
do?
everybody you actually have the fastest lap right now of the grid, and yeah, I was saying if that penalty didn't happen, you know, you'd definitely be fighting for P1s. Not like it's completely out the car as of yet, of course, but yeah, currently 20 seconds down. I'm sure that you would have definitely had the chance up there. How's the car feeling? How's the mental going throughout the race? What's it like in the rig?
Hot. For a while, I was like hurting a lot, like shoulders and arms, but now I guess like I'm too tired to feel the pain. I don't know.
Yeah, that's really it. Just falls away at some point, right?
Yeah, exactly. You get used to.
You just become
But-
one with it.
No, the car was good at the beginning of the stint, and then it dropped off a lot, and that's when like P1 was catching me.
Mhm.
So I changed it a little bit for this stint and the previous one, and seems to be working. I end up this stint a lot better.
No, yeah, I think you have definitely found something. You cut that gap to Lewis by about 8 or 9 seconds here. So definitely kudos to you. I want to ask you about the new tire model, if you don't mind. If you can, race and kind of talk me through your feelings with that. We got to talk to John earlier, and he's seeming to like things. How you feeling with the new iRacing tire model update?
I mean, for the GTP, we've had it since last season as well, and I mean the first few laps are definitely tricky with the cold tires. Can like easily lose the car and your race is done. But it's more fun for me. Like you have to drive the car, you feel the car moving around more. Before it was like the cars were on rails, at least the GTPs, until they weren't. So now you can actually feel them moving around.
Nice, awesome.
But I've tried the GT3s and they're great. Finally having fun driving GT3s on iRacing. Really good.
Is that I'm not too I'll say entrenched in the iRacing scene myself, so I guess this seems like this new tire update is really just bringing life back to the GT3s. Is kind of what I'm gathering?
I mean, it was already the most popular class. Now it should improve a lot.
Shooting all the
Like
way.
yeah, they're really fun to drive now.
Nice, nice. What about the GTPs tickle your fancy?
Sorry, second.
I was saying, what about the GTPs do you like most? Is GTPs your favorite? Is that your favorite class, personally?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, what about the GTPs you like so much?
I mean, I like fast cars, high downforce. Yeah, the GT3 is a bit, like, now it's a bit less because you can actually drive them, but they're like slow and heavy, so
You got the need for speed.
yeah.
Nice, and you definitely putting that speed out on the track. Again, you got a 34.7 right now. That's the fastest time on the board right now for the evening. So
Yeah, I mean, me and P1 have been like pretty close time-wise. It's really good to see. Like last race, he was killing me. So unfortunately, I basically gave it away this time, but it was fun the first couple of stints.
yeah, y'all had a very exciting race going back and forth, fighting through the field with each other.
Yeah.
Doing those earlier laps. That was really fun to watch.
Yeah, and I gotta say, Albie, that Lewis got into a bit of contact with another car. So I don't know if there will be maybe some stewarding per race, but of course that should mean maybe 5 or 10 seconds for him. So, but yeah, I don't know if the other driver will report it.
Well, let's see. We are actually a bit quite harsh with penalties, so if it happens, I'm not gonna like be involved, obviously, but I'm sure John and the other guys will.
Yeah, and it should be maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So the gap is there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get as close as possible to see, like, to take away his ability to do a mistake and keep it one. But on speed, it's probably not gonna happen.
And Albie, why do this one on your own? What's the thinking behind going solo here for these endurance races?
Couldn't find anyone else.
Okay.
No, I mean, I like to drive endurance races, like drive a lot, so 3 hours is probably my upper limit.
Yeah, 3 hours is still good. 4 for me would be just too much.
I mean, now I feel fine. I probably can go for another hour, but it's definitely tiring.
Yeah, it has to be.
But yeah, let's see if Patrick can join me again for Spa. But otherwise, I'll do it. I'll do it alone. I think Spa it's less tiring than this.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I would have thought Spa stresses me out, man.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot more time to think the straight is a little longer, but that like everything other than that straight be having me on the fritz.
I mean, it's more like hard braking and like slow corners that are tough to do a lot. So Spa, it's a bit more flowing, only like 3 heavy braking zones, so.
True that.
And the strategy should be interesting, because you never know. You can save, you can push, maybe do 1 pit stop less.
Yep, and then it's like the strategy you come in with can completely change and evolve, right? You really got to figure it out on the day.
I mean, you gotta come prepared for the various option and then see how it goes. Today probably I could have done the one stop less, but I started pushing at the beginning because it was first, so.
Yep.
And that figured out the possibilities. But
plans of mice and men always go awry. What's it like racing and doing an interview? One of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Actually, not as bad as I thought. Like my driving, it's I don't know, an autopilot right now. It's weird.
I mean, and I wouldn't have pulled you here if you were fighting, Louis. So, since it's a bit calmer for you, I say, okay, let's do it. I'll take up on Albi's suggestion.
Yeah, I mean, perfect timing. I've been driving on my own for a while, so I got into a rhythm. Like, don't have to think too much about driving.
Yeah, no, Pix, I think y'all bringing in the races on track. This is awesome. I hope we get able to keep this going. I'm sure y'all probably already do this, but this is my first time seeing something like this, so kudos. This is amazing. Shout out to the drivers that are even open to doing it, right?
Yeah, I think this is the first time that we had interviewed someone mid-race, and it was Albi's idea, so shout out to Albi.
I mean, last race, I owed you an interview from last race.
Yes, good point.
This one's been gold. I think this one can count for 2. I see we got Ricky just diving into the pits there. Leader of the GT3 class, so we'll see how he gets on. I'll be on, I know it's a long time ago, but kind of what was your views and thoughts and feelings on all that was going on in T1? Did you get to see any of the action?
I only saw...
or lap 1, excuse me.
I saw the Lewis go straight, miss the corner, and yeah, the Porsche next to me, like he braked really late. That's about what I saw. I don't know what happened now after.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew Lewis wasn't gonna make the corner. Like, I was pretty conservative on the brakes, and he was like, nope, 100 meters later than me.
Here we go. We got a little replay action. Lewis just sailing off.
Yeah, it's tricky with the sides. I don't know if he locked up or. But
yeah, especially your braking point's not the same as it usually is that you've been pressing a lot. So the starts are always tough, cold tires.
Yep. Yeah, the S's were scary. On the first lap.
Oh, yeah, I bet. Like you're on ice skates trying to get through those things. Yeah. Fast and safe. It's almost like, how am I supposed to do something? Oh, airtime. Oh. Chris. Still I rised off the track there. We got some airtime, SSX tricky mode.
Speeding? I don't think he's speeding.
No, yeah, he may try to just eat that. There's only 20 minutes left, so he may just be trying to hold on to points. This position, he's currently in P10. Didn't stop, and he has 2 laps on the person behind him, so he may just be trying to nurse this thing on to the end. No face, no case.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
Yeah, Albie, thank you, my friend, for joining in. We're going to let you get back locked in on the track. But yeah, it's been a pleasure. Thanks for joining us. And if you got anything else to say to the people, let them know, or forever hold your peace till next week.
Well, pleasure all mine. I hope people are enjoying the race. And hope to see more of them for the next race and the other series we have going on. So
Absolutely. Albie Alvarez, everybody. Currently P2 in the GTP class. Seeing if he can up his rank a little bit more going into P1. He's fast, he's furious, and he is continuing to roll. As we continue to roll through this race, we are and there he goes. So as Albie rolls on from us, we continue to roll through time. 2 hours, 43 minutes done, 17 minutes left. We are on lap 100 of the Triple Stint Endurance Challenge. Brought to you by TripleStintRacing.com of ENVY Simsports. We're round 2, Watkins Glen. The racing is fast, the racing is tight, and everything is looking like it's going to end just all right. Current little update running through the standings here. In the GTPs, we have Louis Ricard in P1, followed by Albie Alvarez, Andrew Voigt, and P4, Kimo McDaniel. Oh, and we actually have Kimo McDaniel looking the opposite direction of the traffic flow. He's able to get back rolling in the right direction, though, but let's see what happened there. Was it the chicane again? Let's see. Matthew getting a little bit of grass there. He's eating some wall. That's never good. Let's see what's up with Andrew. Triple Stint Endurance Challenge. You're on the GT Champ cam. Oh, he just continues straight, moved the cone out the way, and is able to get on the brakes. Just a bit of a moment there. Must have missed his point. And let's see what happened with Kimo here. He asked the Nike just do it on the car. Let's see what he did. He goes wide, saves it. But I think everything has a cost. A bit too hot through the left-hander there. And now there's a smoke screen deployed in the middle of the track. He comes to a screeching stop as traffic works their way around him. Here we go back on board with Kimo. 2 laps now down. Now track temperatures are coming down a bit, so about 4 degrees. Not sure how much that really is, but every degree counts, I'm sure, especially in racing. LMP2s, we have Pedro da Silva in P1. In the all-white livery. Icy white, followed by Magnus, who is 56 seconds down right now in P2 of Blue Flag Racing. And then Stephen Norori in P3 in the LMP2 class. Top of the class for the GT3s again, we have of Next Gen Motorsports in P1, followed by Gordon Hales, the South African driving the Ford Mustang right now in P2. Jose Sierra in P3, followed by Marion Suba, Joao Costa, Greg Walker, Corey Sertoff, Terrell Lance in P8, Mr. Chris Roz in P9, followed by Matthew Wilkinson, Eskil Founders Malmo, Cameron Fodder, Alex O'Donnell, and my man Max bringing up the rear in P14 for the GT3s. A little bit of action popping off here. It looks like between who is this? Corey, Terrell, and Chris. That chicane getting a bit lively as we come down into the sunset part of this race. As we enter these last 15 minutes, we are officially in winning time. So we'll see who's trying to win, who's trying to lose, and who is going to end up in the middle. Soju branded car able to make quick work of the GT3s there, leaving them back to fight amongst themselves. Ricky Renner's currently a lap up on his field as we check in with Corey here. It's actually a pretty... Actually, no, never mind. It's not as close as I thought it was. I think it has a little bit more time on Terrell there. But traffic is always good. Yep, and there's Tell right there in the ENVY Simsports branded livery. Looking nice and icy. Mr. Greg Walker, Jose Sierra, up in the podium positions now, so able to get the Sierra team up there on the podium. They was having a hard fight for that all day. Mr. Wilkinson currently down in P10. He's trying to see if he can make something happen with this Ferrari and bring it home in one piece. Ricky still just clicking off the laps at this point. He's currently in P1 with a dominant minute lead to Gordon Hills in P2. I feel like Ricky is low-key thinking he could race some of these GTPs and LMP cars with the pace he got today. He don't see no reason why he shouldn't be number one overall. And there's the man himself on the screen. I'll see at the bottom there. Even though Chris isn't with us physically or on the booth, he is here with us in spirit, as he is in a remote location in Somerville, America. But from that location, he's telling you to like and subscribe, comment, send this out, hit all the buttons, notification bells, all of that. I already hit them on my end, so I can hit buttons, but I think y'all can hit a couple more. Let me do a refresh real quick. I'm gonna do a numbers check for y'all. Gotta hold everybody accountable, you know. We got 16 watching right now. I see 10 thumbs. So there's 6 of y'all. We're still waiting for you to hit that button. Just come on, it's real easy. It's real easy. Just a thumbs up button. That's all we need. I won't take too much. I won't be too greedy. If you want to say hi, do that too. I'll say hi back. Pix will say hi back. We'll say hi back. Be nice. If you already hit all the buttons, go ahead to triplestandracing.com. Check out some of their gloves. Check out some of their sim racing equipment. Title sponsor for this series, it is the Triple Stint Endurance Challenge, mind you. Their gear will get you through a 3-hour race like this one. Maybe even in P1 if you got the right gloves. See how Corey's getting on here. Really fun stuff right now between the purple and pink Porsches. Oh, this is for position. Oh, nice. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yep. Okay. I was like, are you sure? Okay, yeah. I was thinking. I was like, I see.
Corey and Greg Walker ahead. They're for position, but not the pink car. That should be a pink car.
Yeah. That pink car is just a poor bystander in the middle of in the crossfire. Oh, Marion having a bit of a moment coming down the main there.
This is for position.
Ooh, it was for position, but it looks like you made quick work of that one.
Yes.
As Marion finds himself down in P6 now with 9 minutes to go, so this could get really, really spicy. Looks like we have something nice for you all. Spots 5 through 7 right now. Not a full second necessarily between the 3, so let's see how this continues to shake out. Let's see, Marion, what happened? Welcome to the GT Champions cam. A little bit of grass, dirty tires. Yep, that'll do it. Oversteer you right on out the corner. Slip them on through there, and Now he finds himself in a battle for P5, trying to get his spot back. Folks using every inch of the track they can find at this point. I'm sure the tires are either crying or laughing through the pain at this moment. But either way, they are not happy. But the drivers are just asking them, give me 7 more minutes. We're almost there. Looks like this is now a 2-horse race between 5th and 6th place. Marion Suba being half a second to the rear of Greg. And it looks like we have a LMP2 coming through the field now. Pedro Silva of Dark Ring Racing. Still keeping that dominant lead over his class. He's a minute ahead point, so he'll just be looking to bring this thing home in one piece. Keeping it in state, keep coloring inside the lines. Okay. Looks like Magnus is diving into pits as well. Maybe he got something cooking. Oh, looks like Marion following Greg Wad there. Again, the only thing I can really think of is the tires. Let's see how Joao gets on here. Currently P4 in the GT3 class. Throwing it out wide there, and whoa! That face full of wall is never good for the diet of a car.
And 2 cars behind are catching him. Gotta have damage.
Yeah, that damage is going to be crucial with 5 minutes left. Not the best time to have damage, but still, let's see if he's able to hold on to this thing here. Cars behind are quickly catching up to him. Greg Walker being 1.7 seconds behind at the moment. And Marion firmly in Greg's slipstream. There's not too many more chances for the races to do whatever they wish to be done, so let's see who can take control. Let's see who's going to rise. Let's see who's going to fall. And let's see where they all finish. Oh, and here we go. Side-by-side action. Marion able to, looks like he's going to make the move stick here. And with 4 minutes left, Marion Suba has moved into P5, but still has a really tough fight on his hands with Greg Walker. Greg's coming right back at him. Trying to hold that outside line. The space is afforded between the two. And Pix, I think we're going to have a dogfight on our hands here in these last 4 minutes, man. Oh!
Oh!
Well...
No.
Wow, I did not think this commentator's curse thing was real until this second now.
Yeah.
But Marion has a bit of a moment, a little bit of oversteer coming out of the corner, and he meets a face full of wall. Let's see what happened here. Everything is going good here. Doesn't look like he has too much. Oh, just loses the back end there. And now he's going left down the straight. Oh, that's pain. That's pain with 5 minutes left. Marion limps into the pits. And we'll see if they try to use a quick fix or get that fixed up, or if that's going to be race over. The happiest person right now is probably Greg. He thought he had a big fight on his hands, but doesn't like he'll have to be working too hard for this P5 here now, and now it's just a matter of bringing that thing home in one piece. What a way to end things out there. Barry continues to fall down the order, currently in P8, still in the pits, still trying to see if he can fix up whatever happened, I'm sure. Checking in with Louis Ricard right now, who doesn't look like he'll need to make another pit stop in these next 2 minutes. And with this 30-second gap to Albie in P2, his job is to keep it within the lines and bring this thing home. Looks like Marion is back on the track at least in P8. Chris Ross is diving into the pits. Oh, Ricky, no! Ricky! Ricky hits the wall. He has a huge gap, yeah, but he has to finish the race. Oh, Ricky, hopefully the damage is not, hopefully the damage isn't as bad as it looked. Let's see what happened to Ricky here. Maybe Oz has got a big. It's been 3 hours. And he's just coming through the left-hander. Everything looks smooth up until this point, and there goes that back end. Maybe just on the beans a little bit too early. Face full of wall. Luckily, like Pick said, he has the 3-gap lead, so he's definitely going to be the he's eating off the spoils of his labor up to this point. But we'll see if he can get this thing limping home, because you still got to finish the race as we hit the clock here. 3, 2, 1, and the 3 hours are complete. So I think we're on the final lap now, Pix, if I'm not mistaken. This is it.
I would think so. Yep.
So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see how this goes. We have Louis Ricard right now, current overall race leader of Small Wiener Racing, bringing it around. And he'll be taking the checker flag for us today in P1, Louis Ricard.
Great race. Great
GTP
race.
winner, great race. Yeah, y'all were able to keep me locked in and engaged for 3 hours. Y'all was out there fighting and battling. I loved every minute of it. This was awesome. Albie's coming on around for P2. Clap it up for Albie there. Heard him in the booth earlier. Day didn't go exactly how he wanted, but P2 still strong. Ricky bringing it on for the GT3 class here. Even with that little bit of a moment. Didn't shake him too much. He's able to take the checker flag for P1 in the GT3 class again. Congratulations to Ricky Renner. Has Gordon Hales and Jose Sierra rounding out the podium for him. And then the podium in the LMP2s are easy. We got Pedro da Silva in P1 right now, bringing it on home. Followed by Magnus. And Stephen O'Rourke currently in the pits in P3, but there's Pedro right there, getting his class win. Shout out to Pedro in the all-white. He don't need that car no more, so he'll just go ahead and ride it off the track. We're not using it no more anyways. And there we go. What a day of racing. Pix, how you feeling after that, man?
This was fun. This was fun. Lots of battles and great drive by Luis and Ricky as well, and Pedro. So congrats to all three. Really good racing.
Absolutely. And I also have to give a special shout out to Gordon Hales, the South African. GT3 P2, but he was up 10 positions.
With 0.
Let's take a look at the race results.
0 off tracks from Gordon Hill. So that was Really
Zero. That's sick. That is ridiculous. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. In P1, we have Louis Ricard, our Lumen MTech GTP team race winners, followed by ENVY Simsports, Deepwater Racing in P3, EDAM Balzac Racing in P4, followed by Team DWR, XM Coach Setups, LMP2. Should I just do top 5 picks, or are we going all the way through? All the way? Okay, cool. Sounds good. P11, we got Anime Addicts, followed by Royalty Motorsports, ENVY Simsports 51, Sternberg Racing, Zenith Racing Team Ferrari, Zenith Racing Purple, Crazy Frog Racing, and Team Cameron Fader in P18. P19, we got TWR Sim Coach Setups 26, followed by White Rose Racing, and P20 rounding out the order. And we have White Rose Racing again in P.
Yeah, I think they were having trouble. Both the White Rose Racing cars were having trouble joining the session, so that's tough luck. Hopefully we'll have them for the next race. And
Gotcha, that makes sense.
Ricky is here, so let's start with Ricky.
How's it
Absolutely,
going,
Ricky.
guys?
Good, my friend. Good, Ricky. How you doing, man? P1 and G3 class, you were looking pretty fast today, my friend. How'd it feel out there?
We were feeling pretty good. It was a little slippery. Were through the roof. It was definitely a good practice for the 6 hour coming up.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad to hear that. Speaking of these tire temperatures, those have been kind of the talk of the town all day, not only with the update coming out, but even, this pavement was hot today. How were you able to kind of manage the...
Uh-oh, you guys can you still hear me? All right, let's get out. Yeah, so I did the IMSA Endurance here Friday night or something, and I know the first couple laps are the tricky part of the tires. The rest of the race is pretty good, and I threw it away twice on my out lap. So today it was just about making sure I had that dialed in and didn't make that mistake again. And the tires held up actually really well. The last stint, I came in and I was debating on whether I even change them or not because I only had to take like 35 liters, and ended up changing 3 of them just to see, and the right rear was still holding up well. But we had a little incident on the last lap. I came around the corner and the coming across the flag for white flag, like it stuttered real bad, and I didn't know if I turned enough. I clipped the wall, and then I was coming around that left-hander and it just completely froze. And I didn't know where I was, and then it came back and I was like, oh, thank God. Okay. I thought we were going to do 2 hours and 59 minutes and then crash out, and then computer was going to crash on me. So that was tough.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not gonna...
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Noah.
No, Pixie, go ahead.
No, I was going to tell Ricky that, yeah, we saw that, and we were pretty worried about how much damage you would have, and luckily you had a very good gap to P2.
Yeah, we were looking all right. I was just more worried about like when it froze. I was like, is it going to come back, or am I just going to get booted from this race with a lap to go?
Maybe you would have towed to the finish line looking at that gap, but yeah, it's never good to see your computer crash or at least freeze for a second there.
Yeah, it's all good though. Sometimes it happens, and we survived it today.
Absolutely, yeah. My heart sunk for half a second, and then I looked at I saw the gap and was like, he should be good to go. Once you got kind of up and rolling again, finish. So
Yeah,
definitely kudos to you, my friend, for sure. How you feeling about this round, 2 rounds in the books? How you feeling in the championship?
I didn't do the first round. I did this one. Shout out to John for making a post during qualifying that it still wasn't too late to sign up, because I just happened to be sitting here. I saw the tag and I was like, oh, this will be a great warm up for the 6 hour. Some new setups just came out. Let's go try it. So I jumped in with like a lap left of practice, and it turned out all right. But after doing it, I was like, it's pretty fun, So I look forward to doing the endurance races like that. and I might have to bring some of the next gen crew over and do some more of them because that was fun.
Yeah, bring them through. Bring them through. Absolutely. I love how you say everything worked out a little bit okay. You know, just a little slight P1, just off of a lap or two of practice. Nothing too major.
I mean,
I
we
hear
got
you,
some
Ricky.
time in. We got some time in for the 6 hours, so we don't want to make it sound like that, you know. But
Yeah. No, I kid. Of course, of course. But yeah, Pix, you got anything else? I think I hit everything from my end for Ricky, man. I know he's probably ready to get some water in and stretch the legs out.
Nah, yeah,
oh no.
just any shout outs, Ricky, any message?
Yeah, an anti shout out to iRacing for just releasing the bot for the 6 hour, and the McLaren got hit with an extra 10 kilos and minus 2.5% power and minus 3% fuel. So it's pretty much dead in the water now.
Oh,
So thank you for that. That's fantastic.
maybe they just want everyone in a Porsche.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it seems like. But no, shout out to you guys for putting on the series. Like I say, John for making that post last minute, got me in there. Shout out to the next gen guys for hanging out in Discord with me for 3 hours. That was cool with them. And you guys for doing the broadcast and everybody else that's supporting the series. Thanks for showing up.
Awesome, absolutely. That's Ricky Renner, everybody. Your GT3 round 2 winner of the Triple Stint Endurance Challenge.
Have a good one. Yeah.
Hi guys.
Pedro,
How are you?
I'm
How are
well,
you
my
guys
friend. How you
doing?
doing? How you feeling after that, man? Crazy race today.
To do 3 hours completely alone, it's not an easy task, and I just finished Majors 24 a few hours ago, so I'm a bit tired. Too many hours on the rig, so yeah, just trying to work on race pace for the upcoming Watkins Glen 6 hours, and I think I got some good information from this race, so it was really useful and fun.
Awesome, absolutely. Yeah, I know you mentioned all those hours you've been putting in. It looks like you've been putting in some good quality work, being able to bring home this P1 in the LMP2 class.
Yeah,
What's it
it's
like?
an
I
awesome.
know that's got to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's an awesome little car, man. It's one of the most fun car in the service. So yeah.
Absolutely. What's it like sitting in the rig for 3 hours solo, man? What kind of thoughts are
It's
going through your head as you're going around the track trying to
it's
maximize things?
really tough because when the force feedback is a little bit too high, which I usually have for the LMP2 to feel the grip, you start to get a little bit tired in the arms start to feel a little bit of the tension in the shoulders and stuff like that, and you need to drink some water because you start to dehydrate, so it's tough. It's not an easy task. So obviously in the 6 hours of Watkins Glen next week, I won't be running alone, but it's good practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe that's something Triple Stint Racing need to get on. We need some what's a little straws to drive F1 drivers and the drivers be drinking out in the sim rigs. Give us a little water bag and a straw. Pedro needs it.
I need a button on my wheel that just feeds me water.
There it is.
Like Timmy, you will not have the drink. You will not have the drink.
Pedro, are you going with the LMP2 as well for the 6 hours?
Yes, I am. It's one of my favorite cars. This one is and the LMP3. So usually in special events, I usually just drive the LMP2 or sometimes the GT3. So this is my main 2 car. Yeah.
Yeah, and with the update like a couple months ago with the LMP2, it lost a little bit of popularity, but you stuck with it.
Yeah, it's true. It's losing a little bit of popularity in the service, but I think with the update, the card is just so much more alive. So just like the GTPs, I think if it's a little bit harder to drive, people sometimes just don't feel like driving it as much because you need to put in the hours to get some consistency and the lap times and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really fun. yeah, just shout out to my team, Darkwing Racing. So they helped me a lot with setups and stuff like that. Good coaching and really fast guys that you can learn from. So a big shout out to those guys and a big
Uh,
thank you to everyone who's supported me.
awesome. And Pedro, there's one more thing that you need to ask the Darkwing guys to help you with. They need to help you with a livery.
I don't know what happened. We were just in the 24 hours of Le Mans, and my car had a livery. I'm not sure what happened. In the beginning of the majors 24, there was some kind of issue with trading paints. I'm not sure if there's something wrong with my trading paints, so I need to take care of it. Yes.
Ah, got it. Yeah. You can see. All right. Thank you, Pedro.
Gotcha.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great one.
You as well, Pedro. Pedro, your LMP2 winner, ladies and gentlemen. I thought the paint was only because he wanted every piece of weight available to him, but he will be fast with or without it, I'm sure. Pedro, the man, the myth, the legend, your LMP2 winner. Looks like we got Lewis Ricard, your GTP1 race winner. Lewis,
Oh,
oh, y'all lose me. Oh, can we hear me now? Mic check. Okay, cool. Looks like we got Lewis, our GTP race winner. Lewis, how you feeling after that, my friend?
tired.
That's a good way to describe it. 3 hours of tough racing. I do want to rewind a little bit and take me through kind of what happened there on P1. We saw you had a bit of a, not P1, lap 1. We see you had a bit of a moment there.
Well, I will admit, after race 1, which I kind of walked away a bit with, I wanted to have a bit more excitement, so I decided, you know what, just kind of go straight on turn 1 and try and work my way back through, which I then immediately regretted when I caught back up to P2.
So that was on purpose?
Yes, it was. I will admit.
Okay.
That's a plus 1,000 oral play right there. I can't lie. Wanting to make it a bit hard, make it a bit hard for yourself coming through, but you were able to fight back through the field. What was that like racing with everybody on the track today?
Quite scary, to be fair, at some points. It seems like sometimes some GT3s would try and let you through, and then you would also be trying to overtake at the same time, and you'd always meet in the middle.
Yeah, that
But most of the time it was
miscommunication
pretty good.
kind of is definitely kind of tough being able to sort all of that stuff out, especially going over and over again. Two teams. I was noticing a bit of that. I was thinking that fighting through the field was really going to be a bigger key almost in the pace, right? Trying to make sure you make it through all of that safely. So looks like you were able to do a pretty good job of that, though. Again, you had a 28-second lead on Albie there. So another dominant performance, I'm guessing, for you after round 1. How you feeling after the end of round 2 here?
Pretty confident, I'd say. I jumped into this with literally zero practice. I literally remember during practice that this was on and had to message my teammate for a setup and jumped in. So that was the first laps of Watkin I'd done since Watkin 6 Hour last year.
That's Aura plus another 1,000 for you right there. Waking up, hopping in the rig, and just a slight little P1 on a nice little Sunday. Thoughts on the GTPs? I guess y'all have had the update for this whole time, so we won't go there. But you and Albie had a lot of close racing early there, first stint. What was it like being door to door with Albie there for that long?
Well, I would say it's very frustrating because that Ferrari has ridiculous top end speed. That was, even in the draft, I would barely gain on him on the straight with full deployment. And because of how hot it was, I couldn't follow him properly in the turns to be able to even make a lunge or anything. But when we were side to side, it was very fun.
Fun and frustrating go hand in hand on the racetrack, right? Whenever you're having too much fun out there, you're fighting with somebody. I'd rather not be fighting, but all in the game. Pix, you got anything for Lewis?
No, just fun to watch him, and this one looked really close. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
That was a close one. Was really fun to watch him and Albi battle it, and good to have him here with us. Any shout outs, Luis? Any message?
To the teammate who gave me the setups during practice after me messaging him very late in the day.
And who came up with small arena racing? Is that you or is that somebody else?
Well, actually, I used to race in a league about 4 years ago and use that name. And that image that's on the left is an old mate of mine.
Okay.
We were joking about it. So I'm surprised that that's saved.
Yeah, we need your SDK updated. We'll send you instructions on how to update it, so we can delete the small winner part.
Well,
I don't know.
Maybe it's accurate. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows? We don't judge anyone.
No shame in our game at all. Well, Lewis, great race again. It was fun watching you. And we appreciate you joining us in the booth here, man.
Congrats. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye.
Absolutely. We got the Cannon here, John Cannon. Sir, you
Yes,
checked in
sir.
with us earlier. So nice you had to come back twice. Post-race, how you feeling?
As much as I really don't want to admit, I'm actually tired too. I mean, that driving around on a hot track takes it out of you.
No, yeah, I can only imagine. I'm up here almost sweating, and I've just been talking all day. So I'm sure moving the wheel around, moving your legs around, trying to fight through all this New York heat and all of these cars are definitely, I think you may be able to cancel your gym membership. Just get some more hours in on the rig.
Yeah, I would love to, but unfortunately, life gets in the way of that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. How did any major differences or anything you kind of noticed that changed for you in that second stint?
Aside from the hotter the track got, the more understeer happened. But other than that, there was really no major changes to the car.
I guess at least on y'all's end, we had a major change to y'all's car. We actually got the ENVY Simsports livery loaded, and y'all got a smoker on your hands with this one.
I took the livery from last race, and then I plugged it into the current livery that we've been running. So I don't know. I like it. Everyone else seems to like it, so I got to rolling with it.
Yeah, no, keep rolling. Yeah, roll indeed. Keep roll that thing as far as you can. Let's see.
That's a
Where's
shame you guys didn't have it the entire race, though.
Yeah, no, we actually did a little bit of a livery part of it, and it was like the default one at the beginning, and then circle back and get it rolling. So you got a 10 both times for me, just so you know as well, just before you watch it back. You got 10s both ways for me. So P7 for you and Envy today. That should be some pretty good points in the championship. How you feeling after round 2?
I think we're doing pretty good. Just like I was telling Terrell, and unfortunately, I'm gonna have to shout out to Chris and his team. I can't remember his name right off the top of my head. It'll come to me as soon as we get halfway going through this. But anyway, our goal is to finish in front of their team. So no matter what, it's Jack Yates. Shout out to those guys. I mean, they're keeping us honest by making sure that we finish in front of them every race, and that's their goal. So it doesn't matter where we finish on the track anymore, just wherever they are, as long as we're at least one in front of them.
It's a team battle now.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Chris and Terrell were going back and forth during the GT Sprint series. So now that kind of has bled over into this series. So now we'll just keep rolling with it. So Chris and Jack, we're gunning for you guys. So better bring your A game at Spa next here in actually 2 weeks.
Love
Ooh.
to see it. Love to see it. Yeah, since you're mentioning that, John, maybe you want to plug in that round 3.
Yeah. So round 3 is actually coming up. It's actually during 4th of July weekend. So I'm hoping not everyone is, all about USA, patriotic and stuff like that, and making sure that they're gone for whatever reason, at the lake or having barbecues or whatever. If you're not doing anything special, we have the race on the 6th, I believe it is. Yeah, the 6th, same time, same place. So if you can, show up. If you can't, no big deal. We'll just race anyway. But definitely would love to see a lot more GTPs and a lot more LMP2s. I know that the 24 hours of Spa is coming up the following week, so and that's a GT3 only race. So if you can't, make it, that's no big deal. But it's definitely some good practice to get in for at least the 24 hours.
Bells from John, Tom.
But yeah, the shout out to you guys for sure. Shout out to everyone in the league. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. Shout out to Terrell, shout out to Albie, and all the rest of the admin team for doing all the behind the scenes work, especially when I'm not able to due to work or whatever. And of course, shout out to my wife that lets me do this on a regular basis, even though she's probably getting mad at me for not doing things around the house. But yeah, other than that, I mean, thank you guys for everything you do. Broadcast is gonna be great, I'm sure. Everyone's watching. Oh yeah, shout out to. Oh, speaking of that, you guys were talking about the drink too. Mike, if you're listening to this, I hope you are. See if you can't get a triple stint water bottle, so that way we can plug that for the guys that are doing triple stint throughout the entire race, and they're needing a water bottle or something like that. If you can figure out a way to map on the button or something, or on the wheel or something like that, even better. But I think this is a water bottle with a straw coming out of it. Got your name all over it. And if you happen to slap ENVY Simsports on it, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I do like the idea of it. Anyway, Mike, I hope you're listening to this, so that way we can definitely get that. And of course, they have by far the best. And if you want to gain a 10th or 2 or run the wall, either way, they can definitely make that happen.
Sounds good. John Cannon, ladies and gentlemen. The man, the myth, the legend, Mr. ENVY Simsports himself, John. We appreciate you taking the time as always, man. Appreciate the invite again. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to, even if I'm not in the booth, tuning in and seeing what you all have in store for us in round 3 there at Spa.
Sure, sounds good. Definitely looking forward to it.
Here we go. Final closing, Tom. So those of you that are still here with us, we are at the end of the ENVY Simsports Endurance Challenge Round 2. We currently just finished 3 hours at Watkins Glen. Round 3 will be July 6th. We will have 4 hours of Spa on deck for us. That should be a great showing. Round 4 will be at the end of August. We have 3 hours of Indianapolis. Round 5, September 28th, we have 3 hours in Atlanta. And round 6, we'll be closing out the Endurance Challenge at Suzuka with 500 kilometers of really tight and close racing, and that'll be on November 9th. Wow, so I guess we're about to land this plane, ladies and gentlemen. So long, farewell. We wish you all adieu here from the booth. I've been Parquet. You can find me on YouTube, Parquet713. I've had Pix in the booth with me, keeping the trains in motion on the 1s, 2s. Pix, say goodbye to the people, please, sir.
Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here with us, Noah. And I really, really hope you come back with us for the next rounds. And you have promised to do the judging for the livery awards for this series, and you have to come back to do that with me and join Chris and me as well here at the broadcast. So thank you, and thank you everyone else for watching.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. Chris, love you, dog. A-Time, love you, dog. John's already here, so he hears us. That's been us. This has been the show, and we'll be catching y'all next week. Peace.
Bye.